stone sharing, and more. Tickets are on sale now at TicketStarOnline.com. The Resch Center is a smoke-free facility. Please be courteous to the adults and children around you. Refrain from foul language or other actions deemed inappropriate. Such actions can lead to being ejected. Throwing objects onto the ice will result in immediate ejection from the Resch Center.
Okay. We got about 2 minutes.
All right.
One minute. Thirty seconds. $15. Good afternoon and welcome to Hockey Day in Green Bay from the Resch Center on the spot. It's the Green Bay Gamblers and the Madison Capitals. And Scott Jewett, the Gamblers, coming off of an exciting and emotional win over the top team in the league last night, the Youngstown Phantoms, with a 5-3 come-from-behind victory.
Yeah, huge night for Green Bay. It's two good teams going at it. Green Bay is, they've been building up to this at the end of the season. So what a great game last night, leading into today.
Gamblers find themselves in second place in the Eastern Conference. Right now, that is a bye in the USHL playoffs, but there is still a lot of work to do. And today they are playing a Madison team that is really fighting to get into the playoffs, coming off of a big win last night with a late goal to beat Chicago 2-1.
They sure are. And Sam Capel, there's some really good players on the Madison side. Andy Brandt, a really quality coach and person. He's really got these guys geared up for a good push to make the playoffs.
So the Gamblers, after having Roberto Enriquez in goal the last two nights, turned to Joey Slavic today. I'll tell you, Roberto Enriquez got a lot of work on the weekend, and Joey Slavic's going to show the fans what he has for them tonight.
And he's already proven he's a capable backup goaltender that's stepping in tonight. Like you said, I mean, when your starter's playing like he is, it's nice to have a backup that you can really depend on and play it on a second night situation like this.
A little bit of a surprise for Madison. Caleb Heil played for the Team USA team at the Junior A Challenge and at the World Junior Championships. He played last night in Chicago. They are going to go with Cash Pruitt tonight in goal for them.
Another one, capable backup. Coach Brandt, I mean, he's got full confidence in both goaltenders. So, again, you're into a situation in your second night, you really want to make sure somebody's fresh. At the same time, you want somebody really dressed in there.
Gamblers playing extremely well. They're on a 7-game point streak. They're 6 wins with 1 shootout loss. That shootout loss came on Saturday against Youngstown, but hey, like you said, they are peaking at the right time, pointing to the end of the season.
For sure, there's so much excitement. I mean, you think about goalie goals and things that bring these teams together, gold medals. Like, there's a lot of things going on with these with this group that are really making a nice stretch drive here as we end the season.
They are not in the starting lineup today, but the Oliver McKinney, Gavin Katz, and Gino Carcone line playing extremely well. Katz, 2 big goals last night, and then on top of it, Carcone, 150 games plus played with Green Bay, over 100 points, and he had 3 assists on Saturday night.
Well, it speaks to the depth. When you mention all those names as well, when your first line, when you can bring offense like they can, well, the second line and the third line, it doesn't drop off very much. So when you can have depth like that and getting good quality play from 3 lines, you're going to have an effective team.
Okay, Green Bay and Madison, they have already met 5 times this season. The Gamblers have 4 wins, including 1 in the shootout and an overtime loss. Madison currently in that number 6 spot in the conference. They are on 57 points, just 5 points clear of Chicago. That's why their win was so big last night. And we will be back with today's action on the spot. Hockey Day in Green Bay continues after this. His mic or mine? All right. Let me know how it sounds when we get back from the anthem, okay?
If it's mine, does that sound any better? Okay.
Headphones off.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
We are just about set for the face-off this afternoon. The Green Bay Gamblers and the Madison Capitals. These 2 teams met last Sunday in Madison. Both teams had a 3-day weekend last weekend. And last Sunday in the meeting, the Gamblers came out with a 2-1 victory, couple of goals, and Madison actually outshot Green Bay 43-24 in that game. But Roberto Enriquez came up with 42 stops. That was last Sunday. Here are the Gamblers on this Sunday. 19 wins at home this season, and they have defended the home ice extremely well, Scott Jewett.
They have. But one real telling tale, the Madison team coming in here, if they really struggle if they don't score the first goal. I believe that they're 11-1 if they can get that first goal like after the first period. It's such a stat that jumps out. First goal is a big thing in this game.
You saw that shot of Joey Slavic in goal. He is 15-7-2 on the year. Goals against average of 3.29 and a save percentage of 87.7. This is Halfley for Green Bay as the Gamblers in their black and gold jerseys on this Sunday afternoon. Puck is dug free, flipped in deep by Knutson. And Cruz Martin actually will play it cross. Halfley will send it around behind. Gully is there. Gamblers changing some personnel up. Gully tried to center it. Couldn't quite find Halfley thanks to the defense of the Madison Capitals. Madison is actually tied for 5th in the USHL in defense. They're averaging, allowing under 3 goals per game at 2.88. Turnover there on the interception, but the Gamblers were offside and now need to tag up before they get it in. Wooten takes a little hit there from Prudhomme. And the Gamblers will get that puck back and fire it back in deep. That was Conboy. Gunner with a big goal last night, got the Gamblers on the board after they trailed 2-0 early in the first period. Conboy is going to be a big part of any playoff run the Gamblers have, Scott.
Yeah, playing very well right now. Good position with Wooten as well.
Oh, and we got
right away.
Throw down early. Speaking of Gunnar Conboy, He is all tied up down there with Prudhomme, and they are left arm of Convoy is in an arm bar, and now here comes a couple of rights, and there's a big right from Gunnar Convoy. Rights from Prudhomme, overhand right from Prudhomme with the helmet off, and the linesman to separate them as we have the crowd getting into it here, less than 90 seconds into the game.
There's so much that goes into this. If you remember a few games back, Madison, Prudhomme had a hit from behind. I believe it was on Katz, right in front of the penalty box. These players do remember hits like that, and I think that could be something that was started months ago that they're just trying to resolve amongst each other. But good fiery start to this game, and it shows both teams are here to play.
Let's take a look at where this all came from. There is Convoy, and boy, Prudhomme did not waste any time throwing the gloves.
Yeah, you can see that this is probably on his mind, on the whole team's mind, that this is probably going to happen at some point of the game. It's nice to get it out now, where you can get this out and get back to some hockey. But sometimes this is needed to start a game. Let each team know that you're not going to back down. Got some good right hands right here. A few really good ones.
Convoy just couldn't get that left arm free. It was all tied up in there with the sweater of Prudhomme.
And fans that are watching, what you don't understand sometimes is a lot of these players with visors, when you do get into a fight like that and you punch visors, it really, really can mess up your hands. You got to be so careful. But looks like they're no worse for the wear in the box there and ready to go again.
5-minute fighting majors for both. They are in the box. No penalty or power play out of it. And now Green Bay will bring it up ice. Rosival, shot hit a stick, popped up over the net, and in behind for Wooten. Wooten with a big goal last night, his 27th. It was an empty net goal at the end of the game to seal the Gamblers' 5-3 win over Youngstown.
He's playing so well right now, just consistent night in and night out, just really an offensive powerhouse for Green Bay.
Katz was behind the red line and plays it in. Just didn't quite have the timing down or the angle on the pass, so it's an icing and a faceoff coming back down in the Gamblers' defensive zone.
I already see that Green Bay's really making a point to try to get that puck deep and work their defenseman early. I'm sure Pat, the analytics of hockey, he knows as well how important that first goal is, getting it deep, trying to work the cycle plays out of the corner to get that first goal for Green Bay.
Green Bay home again this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Gamblers will take on Team USA. Under 17s or under 18s. Shot from the left point just went wide from Gertis. Went to the glove side on Slavic, but whistled it wide. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the first period. Green Bay works it forward for McKinney, but missed him with the pass, and another icing coming up, and another faceoff in the Gamblers' defensive zone. Yeah, cannot stress how important that win was for Green Bay last night. So they wound up taking the season series from Youngstown, winning 5 out of a possible 8 points, while Youngstown only came away with 4 points in that series. So Green Bay, big win last night. Hopefully it propels them on to a strong finish. There's a shot right on and Slavic to save, because after that weekend series, this coming weekend, the Gamblers are going to be on the road a lot.
Yeah.
After next Saturday, their next home game is the final game of the season, and that will be on the spot. That is Saturday, April 4th, against this Madison Capitals team.
I really like it as well, because in the playoffs, we all know it's so much about grit and so much about tough and hard in the playoffs, and Green Bay is going to be prepared for that as they get into a long stretch where they're on the road. So these home games are very important right now to start building up your points.
Samuelson for Green Bay against Capel for Madison, and the shot by Ryder turned away by Kulchin. In behind, it's Harris. Harris scored his first USHL goal on Saturday. Tried to clear and couldn't. It'll come to Capel, and now it's going to be taken away by Drabicki. Drabicki from the red line will fire it in. Gamblers will chase. Pruitt was out to play it. Big hit along the boards, but Knutson has to come out and reset. From the red line, he'll fire it in deep. He'll go off for a change. And now Gertis with it turns it over. Gamblers centering pass for Cruz Martin. Sticked away there by Pruitt. Capel now for Madison. Halfley on the forecheck, forces the pass off. Deflected to the point and out. Looked like that might have got up into the Madison player bench, but play on. Gamblers from the left point. Martin tries to play it in deep, and it was intercepted by Kaweja. Out to center ice again. Ooh, fortunate for Green Bay there as Cover couldn't control that pass. Martin again on the reset. Ahead for Gully. Gully plays it across. O'Malley is in deep. Hey, oh, great pass, but it was turned away. Good defense there by Sammy Smith for Madison, or that was an open net there.
Some good seam play there. It's yeah, backdoor was wide open, and the Madison defender got a stick on that puck, or Cats would have been wide open on the back door.
15:45 to play in the first period, still scoreless. Madison with the lone shot on net in this game so far. Morgan Brady, newest gambler, or one of the newest gamblers. There's a shot high up over the net into the left corner. Varala sends it over. Right point, now left point. Shot right on Slavic. Slavic with the save there on Baird Gadosh. Gadosh gloves it, tried to play it forward. And now it'll be knocked in there by Tang. Both teams playing their third game in 3 days. Madison lost at home on Friday to Chicago and then went to Chicago last night and won. Referee took a look there at Varala hitting the ice and kind of shook his head saying, nope, that's not a penalty.
Well, it's funny when you say Brody too. It's such a huge addition. Brady, I apologize. Patty McCadden speaks so highly of him. Lucky to have him here in Green Bay.
Puck is loose. Samuelson got a stick on it and turns it back the other way. Cats dispossessed of the puck, and now Madison will backhand it in deep. That's Snee. Kulchin for Green Bay, dueling in there with Griva. And Kulchin back in. Good to see. Here comes Katz. Nice pass from Carcone. Katz just missed on the delivery for Samuelson. And now Fry will take a hit from Carcone, but get the pass forward. And here comes Madison. Gertis on the counterpunch. Drops it back. And Kulchin intercepts. Samuelson will play it in left to right. Gamblers will go off for a line change here with 13:40 to play. Clock continues to roll. Good play again, this time Gully. Knutson can't get the drop pass back, and it'll be Capel on the counterpunch for Madison. And there's Beanstalk. Both teams playing a little tight defensively, and that's good to see. Gully will fire it around left to right. Knutson plays at right point, Beanstalk. Beanstalk with a shot, just tipped wide right in front. Rebound, trying to bang it in off the back is Drabicki. Here it comes back out to Beanstalk again. Beanstalk sends it into the slot, now over to Drabicki. Drabicki goes to Beanstalk down low, and puck goes through the top of the crease. Nobody home for Green Bay. Cleared by Madison. Harris waits for Gully to get onside and then fires it back in deep. Madison will regroup and fire it out to center ice. Fans, if you're watching us for the first time in a while, you might have noticed some very forward-like moves there from Nate Beanstalk. He has been actually shifted to a forward a couple of times since the last time you saw us. Good moves, just couldn't finish. And now there's a long shot, gloved by Slavic. And we go to our first media timeout and the hometown hero.
To welcome tonight's Old Wisconsin hometown hero, Brian Sheets. Brian is a 30-year member of the Greenbush Fire Department. Starting right out of high school, he has been a captain for the past 8 years and takes care of maintenance issues on the apparatus. Brian's children are also active in the fire department. His son has been an active member for several years, and his daughter belongs to the Explorer program. His wife, Kim, is very supportive of Brian and the fire department by helping out at fundraisers and helping organize the annual Firefighters Banquet. Fans, let's make some noise to tonight's Old Wisconsin hometown hero, Brian Sheets.
.26 to play in the first period. Madison out shooting Green Bay 3-0, but we are still scoreless. And I guess, Scott Jewett, if you could just let the fans know how tough it is to transfer from being a defenseman and a highly recruited and go into Division I as a defenseman to kind of switch over and play it forward like Beanstalk has done lately.
Especially at this level, it's super hard. To answer your question, these kids are so skilled, and most of them their whole life they've played the position, be it center, be it defense, be it whatever it is. But yeah, to be able to make that transition, you know, he's a kid who he skates so well, whereas a forward, that's going to serve him well too. So yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do, but he's done it pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I've noticed a lot lately, a lot more hybrid play for the skaters. You're not just locked into one position anymore. You can play forward or defense sometimes on different shifts.
Yeah, and D are so active. You know, defense are always jumping into the play compared to what it was like 15, 20 years ago. So guys like Quinn Hughes that have really changed the game. It's Cale McCarr.
We should mention that no Maceo Phillips again today. He was suspended after a video review after the game on Friday night, so he missed last night and today. Gamblers skating with 7 defensemen instead of a possible 8. There's Samuelson with a nice hit. Wooten centering pass. Samuelson is all tied up at the side of the net as Rosevall comes around, and Green Bay is going to get a power play out of this. Slavic is on the bench, and the Gamblers will go to the man advantage here. Brooks, oh, be careful here. Derek Gados and Wooten are getting tied up away from the net. Green Bay will get a power play here. They are 4 for 20 against Madison on the season. Last night, Green Bay, 3 power play goals. It was very efficient. They had a 5-minute major at one point last night, scored twice on the 5-minute major.
Yeah, when Green Bay's power play is playing downhill, when you call it, you'll see a setup in the middle of the ice with 2 sides that just skate downhill, and they'll hit whatever side is available. When they're moving pucks and playing downhill, they are an effective power play, as you saw the other night. So we'll see in this situation. Even though they don't have any shots on net, you would really say they've had 2-3 grade A opportunities on the back door. So it's an important power play to put some pucks on net and see what happens.
Pat McCadden has had his team clicking this year on the power play. They are 3rd in the USHL at 25.6%. Madison 5th in the USHL on penalty kill, 81% efficiency rating. And it's Gully, Katz, Carcone, Wooten, and O'Sullivan on this power play for Green Bay. Wooten, right circle. Carcone, out top O'Sullivan. Wooten, one-time shot right on, and the save by Pruitt. A clearing attempt knocked down by Wooten. Side of the net, Gully. Gully fans out one pass, but now it does get it to Wooten. Tried to center it, but nobody was there except for Varala. And Varala will carry it in to try to kill off the time. 30 seconds gone on the 2-minute power play for Green Bay. Yeah, in the 5 meetings between these two teams, Green Bay 4 for 20 against the Capitals on the power play.
You can really see the setup that we talked about when Carcone and Wooten are playing those flanks on the power play. They're both dangerous players when they start skating downhill.
Pitsley will chase and now hold off as O'Sullivan will bring it up ice. Samuelson drifting back. Pitsley nearly stole it. And now Rosevall will bring it up ice with a head of steam. Off on the right side, Samuelson, as the Gamblers complete the change of the power play. But a turnover. And there Gatos is going to take a long shot right on. Slavic will hold on to it for a moment. He lost it, but he lost it after the whistle. First minute and 18 seconds of the power play. A little short for Green Bay. They do have a face-off in their defensive zone. This power play unit, McKinney, who has been really good lately, along with Rosevall, who has been outstanding all season. Samuelson is out there, along with Beanstalk and Halfley. And you got to look out for Halfley.
He's been a dangerous player lately for Green Bay. Skates so well.
Curtis skates it down and brings it and fires it, but glove dropped, and Beanstalk, with 30 seconds to go on the power play, will set it up. He'll bring it up ice. Samuelson plays it back to Receival with 22 seconds left on the man advantage for Green Bay. Off on the left side, Halfley, Receival sends it around. Samuelson at the near boards. Samuelson looking with 12 seconds to go on the power play. Halfway through the period. Oh, they had McKinney on the back door. Halfley, McKinney. Power play is just about over. McKinney plays it up for Halfley. Back to full strength. Madison, shot by Halfley, missed the net wide. And a race for the puck. That's going to be the player out of the penalty box in Brooks. And he tries to center. Gloves it, drops it in the circle. McKinney with a good job. Kicks it forward. Gamblers have a little something working. McKinney is in with Halfley on his left, but lost the puck to Stout. Stout now clears it out for Madison. It was touched, so no icing. Scoreless game with 9:20 to play in the first period. Gamblers and Madison. Right now, Green Bay, the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Madison holding the number 6 spot. These two teams will see quite a bit of each other on the final weekend of the regular season. Gamblers will be in Madison on Friday the 3rd, and then here on the 4th for the final game of the season. Puck is tied up along the boards. Clock continues to run here, down to 8:48 to play in the first period. Finally fought free. Drabicki has it tied up again. It squirts out to Knutson. Now left point, long shot. Harris tipped by Martin. Martin in the near corner. Gets stapled to the boards. Capel picks up the loose puck. He gives it over there to Kaweja, and Kaweja takes a hit but is able to get it out to center ice. Knutson, though, is able to pick up the loose puck and turn it back around to Martin. Martin, he had Gully going to the net, missed him with the pass, and the puck just works its way in on Pruitt, who makes the stop here with 8:18 to play in the first period. It's still scoreless between Green Bay and Madison. You talked about scoring first being important for Madison. It's very important for Green Bay. The Gamblers are 18-2-2-2 when scoring first. Oddly, this weekend, they scored first against Youngstown on Friday night and wound up losing in the shootout. They were down 2-0 early in the first last night, came back and won 4-3 in regulation.
They kind of went against that trend, but you sure can see it on both teams. I know I mentioned Madison, how important it is for them to score the first goal, but Green Bay has been lights out when they get the first goal for the most part. So it's a race to the first goal today. I should touch, too, that power play. I don't know if you see Hafley, when he's out of the zone, Green Bay gets possession in the offensive zone. Hafley's skating around the neutral zone on a power play. It's such a unique look, and it really works when those guys are coming downhill, skating hard towards the net. Really unique power play.
Yeah, there have been a lot of changes since I started following hockey. The one that throws me off is the way that guys now just kind of take their time on the shootouts and the shootout goals. The game winner for Youngstown on Friday night, he actually did the old school, I'm going to tear to the net and rip it, and he wound up scoring.
Yeah, there was a time that if you weren't skating as hard as you can on a shootout, you wouldn't get to do it next game. So it's changed a lot, where back then we always made sure we were skating because you wouldn't play if you weren't.
Madison controls the draw and plays it out to center ice. It'll ring back into Morgan Brady. Brady trying to get away from Pitsley. Plays it up the boards and out. Well, you mentioned it early, but the coaching staff, they've had their eye on Morgan Brady for a long time, and they finally had a chance to get him at the trade deadline this year, brought him in for the playoff run, and it's worked out so far.
Yeah, and again, the offensive side.
Penalty coming up. Gavin Katz taken down by Varala, and the Gamblers back to the power play on this holding call at 12:11.
Yeah, just to finish that thought on Brady, you know, he's just a big right-hand shot defenseman that's so dependable. You saw in that last breakout, he gets the puck, he's strong, he can get the puck back over your defensive blue line, get it into the forward's hands. Just a huge asset to bring in.
And by getting that forward and letting Katz kind of drift in, it's a penalty on Madison.
See, they're having a little chat in the penalty box about the last play and about the fight. So you can see Katz, it's a good play getting the puck up ice into your forward's hands, and Katz gets taken down as he's trying to go to the net. So the Green Bay power play goes back to work after a first power play that didn't get the result that they were looking for.
Madison fires it down the length on Slavic, and now Green Bay will set up. This is Wooten. Katz back for Wooten.
Great entry. Whoops.
Oh, turned it right over, and Madison will bring it up ice 2-on-2. Away from Cover. Cover stays on Wooten, who drops it back. And now it's O'Sullivan on the race up ice, off for Katz. Katz along the blue line, holds the zone. Wooten, Carcone, O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, side of the net for Katz, now back out for Carcone. 7 minutes to play. Coming up on a minute to go on the power play. Wooten right circle, back for Carcone. Up top's O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, Wooten, one-time shot, missed the net. High off the glass, it comes to Carcone. Carcone able to keep it in, and now fired down the length. Gamblers very lucky. Culver at the end of a shift there, he had a breakaway going if he could have got going, but he was out there for a good 60, 70 seconds on that penalty kill.
Yes, he did. It must have been awful tired to give up that breakaway opportunity.
36 seconds to go on the power play as Receval comes in on the new power play unit for Green Bay. Receval in the right corner, dug out of there by McKinney. McKinney caught an edge. No, trip going to the puck. And it's a high sticking call coming up on Madison. So Green Bay is going to have a 5-on-3 for 25 seconds. Fry, the guilty party, is pleading his case, but he is heading to the penalty box. Getting a little crowded in there with Prudhomme.
Yeah, Fry really doesn't like that call. It when you're killing a penalty, you cannot get your stick up into a player's shoulders, into his armpits, things like that. You just can't risk giving up a 5-on-3 in a nothing game.
So Green Bay will get that other power play unit out there here with 25 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. That's Carcone, Gully, Katz.
There you can
Sullivan
see as he pulls away, just got that stick in for a split second, and that was enough for him to go down and Green Bay to go on a 5-on-3 power play.
Carcone controls with 19 seconds on the power play. O'Sullivan, Wooten. Carcone with 10 seconds on the 5-on-3. Skates out with 6. Oh, he had Gully on the doorstep, and now it's out to Wooten. The penalty to Varala is over. He's out of the box. Wooten had it stripped away from behind. He just didn't realize that the penalty had expired on Varala.
The pre-scout must be that they're trying to hit those backdoor seams every time on the power play. So the pre-scout must have said that Madison has a weakness there, because that's really where Green Bay's trying to go.
Minute 15 to go on the power play. Wooten takes a hit, unable to play the puck around for McKinney. Receval. This is Halfley. Had his pocket picked, and back the other way comes Pitsley. Halfley trying to catch up to him. Shot and a goal, and a shorthanded goal for Pitsley. And that is the first shorthanded goal given up by Green Bay this season. It's a shorty at 14:53 to give Madison the lead.
Yeah, that's a play that you cannot make on the offensive blue line power play or not. To make that giveaway, Pitsley's a very good skater. Once he picked the pocket, he was gone and made a beautiful move on the net to finish this play. You'll see, Halfley really trying to get back with a stick swing there, but really good to delay, get across the crease and bury that puck for Madison to go up 1-0.
7th goal of the season for Pitsley, and it's, like I said, the first shorthanded goal given up by Green Bay on the year.
There's something going on with some type of a review. See, the coaching staff is really talking things over. I'm not sure what they saw on that play.
There will not be a review, though. It's play on. So Green Bay still has 54 seconds left in the power play. They now trail Madison 1-0. Madison, they're 12-3-0-2 when scoring first this year. And they have got the first marker on this Sunday afternoon at the Resch Center.
Pitsley had good explosive speed to get away right there. Hafley's a very good skater, and Pitsley pulled away to finish that and make it 1-0.
The goal was unassisted and shorthanded at 14:53. Madison Capital's goal.
Rossival gets in for Green Bay. Samuelson now sends it across for Hafley. McKinney in the corner. Rossival now. Samuelson. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Beanstalk skates in. Shot.
There it
goal! Tipped in!
There's our forward converted to D-man, converted to forward, and makes a great read as a D-man on the power play on the back door, like we've talked about numerous times so far today. You'll see on the replay, it's a nice setup. When Beanstalk gets that puck, he's looking in the back door all the way. That's not a shot to score. That's a shot to try to pass. And he makes a beautiful play. Good deflection, as you can see right here. It might have been directed in with his skate. It was. But it did not look like a distinct kicking motion. And Andy Brandt over in Madison does not look like he's going to challenge that either. So 1-1 game.
We've talked about Oliver McKinney earlier, and that right there was his 8th goal of the season. The Gamblers get the equalizer here at 15:27, so it didn't take them long to get this game back to even. 1-1 with 4:33 to play in the first period. And now, loose puck. Knutson couldn't control. Gamblers bang it in, but this is going to be no icing. All right. Gamblers dig it free. That's Knutson.
Number 91, Oliver McKinney. Assisted by number 2, Nate Beanstalk. And number 24, William Samuelson. A power play goal scored at 15:27.
Cats trying to hit Carcone, but that pass went up a little bit too high. And now a race for the puck back to the Green Bay zone. Madison dug it free, but there was Morgan Brady defensively again. Plays it off the glass and out to center ice.
Another play that you can just, you appreciate him once you have him. Just good plays like that.
Cats, really good job to get back on side there. There's a shot right on. And it's 1-1 with 3:27 to play. Face-off will come in the Madison zone here. Shots are now even at 5 apiece after that long drive was gloved and held on to by Pruitt.
Well, it's fun. I see the little fan on the way up to the booth today that he said, you're excited to be at the hockey game, and she said it's Ace's birthday today. So lots of little ones, families excited because it's Ace's birthday, and I'm happy to see her jumping around and having such a good time at the game.
Big crowd last night, over 8,000 for Wiener Dog race night. Gamblers with 3 home games remaining. Get on out to the Resch Center. 3 regular season home games remaining. Gamblers 2-on-1 across the line. Gully sends it over for Katz. Back for Carcone. Back for Katz. Just tipped wide. Gully tipped wide, excuse me.
Beauty play.
Madison, they've got a 3-on-2 through neutral ice. Dropped off for Fry. Fry shot missed the right post. Pitsley in the corner. Katz in the corner. O'Sullivan digs it free. Carcone stick handling up ice. Gets it over to Fedotov. Fedotov plays it to the Gambler player bench as Green Bay making a line change. Puck flipped in with 2:40 to play first period. Game tied at 1. Pass ahead, Knutson. Nice job to trap that with the stick, and now a drop pass back to Samuelson. And that one poked off his stick there by Bergardos. Now there's a shot that's wide right. Around it goes, right through the top of the crease from Martin. Or from Harris, excuse me. And now Griva. In at the right point. Oh, great pass and a big time
Green
stop.
Bay's not going to like that.
And a big time collision.
All right, fans, let's send it to Eddie.
Let's see how this one's going to play. I think the faceoff is going to come outside the Gambler zone, but that developed off of a great feed off the wall there, and all of a sudden Slavic had to come up with a huge stop.
Yeah, that slip pass in the neutral zone, I didn't see it coming either. Just a nice play. You hit that seam, and having the ability to see that. But what Green Bay, when I mentioned they're not going to like this, anytime that you run into the opposing team's goaltender, there's usually not a happy team in front of them, and Knutson is usually one who would get up and make sure the Madison player knows that you can't go to the net like that against us.
All right, Griva against Samuelson. This is to the stick side of Joey Slavic. Shots on goal are 6-6. Score is 1-1 with 2:10 to play. Gertis for Madison. Shovels it to the corner, but the only player there is Samuelson for Green Bay. Skates away from Snee and plays it for Harris. Harris will bank it out the center ice. Rivas takes it away. Gertis fires it back into Green Bay territory. He'll come in on Slavic, and boy, Slavic had to get on that puck,
Still
and all
dangerous.
of a sudden Griva plays it over to the right corner. Got it back. Ooh, that was between the defenders, and it's a race for the puck back to the Madison zone. It's going to be won by Gertis. Conboy made them race after that one a little harder than they wanted to. Rosival couldn't get it out. Held in there by Cover. Minute 20 to go, first period. Still 1-1 Green Bay and Madison. Icing is going to be waved off here as the puck comes in on Cruitt. And the Capitals regroup. Played to the far boards there by O'Malley. This is dangerous. Over to the left side, Fry. Fry right on Slavic to save with exactly 59.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Slavic making a big stop. Other games around the Eastern Conference today. Cedar Rapids is at Team USA. Third game of a 3-game series over in Plymouth. That game is scoreless. And Muskegon is at Omaha at 5:05 Central Time today. All of that has playoff implications, including this one here today. Green Bay still has 2 games in hand on Youngstown, as Martin will bring it up ice. Maybe get into that a little bit later with Jeff Mitchell, who will be our first intermission guest.
He's done such a great job just from start to top to bottom. Everything that Jeff's done seems like it has turned to gold this year for the Green Bay Gamblers.
Madison, Ryder, lost the handle. Gamblers play it back, not enough for icing. 28 seconds to play. Gatos off on the right side, or off on the left side. Ryder will play it in again. Capel, leading goal scorer for Madison after it there. Out to the left point. One-time shot goes wide right with 10. Halfley plays it to the point, not out. Held in, long shot, blockered away. Rebound, shot wide left. Madison swarming with 3 seconds to go in the period, but they are not going to be able to do anything with it as the puck is frozen along the near boards. 1-1 your score after one. Pitsley shorthanded at 14:53 gave Madison the lead, but McKinney made it 1-1 with a power play goal at 15:27. Beanstalk and Samuelson the assists. Shots on goal, 8-6 in favor of Madison. Green Bay was 1 for 2 on the power play, and Madison did not have a power play in that first period, Scott. That's good discipline from the Gamblers.
It was, and they were a disciplined team. They played with a little bit of fire and, fight off the start, got everybody settled down. But a good period of hockey, 8-6 in the shots, and, both teams deserve the 1-1 tie.
All right, Green Bay, again, making a push to try to put some pressure on Youngstown at the top of the conference and the league. Green Bay entered play today, 7 points back of Youngstown for that top spot, again with 2 games in hand. Jeff Mitchell, the Gamblers team president, will be joining us here in our first intermission. 1-1, Green Bay and Madison on the spot.
Mitch! What's up?
Nothing, buddy. How about you?
God, I've been going back and forth here.
You're gonna.
really well, though, man. Yeah. He's a good little player.
Congrats to you, buddy. 8,000 for the Wiener Dogs.
Oh, you should have seen the nonsense last night after. It was full team. Because they celebrated on Friday, like a bunch of jackwads, so we won. And our kids are talking to their bench. Then their coach goes after Patty, starts screaming at Patty.
Come on.
You're fucking classless, fuck you. And Patty's like, fuck you. So then our kids are going down.
2 minutes. Excuse me. $30 seconds or 90 seconds? Okay, gotcha. Can you zoom in so we don't have knees in this shot? Move up a little bit. Trying to get the knees out of the shot. How about if we move back? Yeah, there we go. There we go. About 45 seconds. I should have asked this before we went on the air, but how close are you guys to clinching? I saw Youngstown clinched on Saturday.
Like 5 or 6 points, I think. Because we're 6 behind them with 2 games in hand, so I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 points, 7 points.
Welcome back to the Resch Center on the spot. It's Hockey Day in Green Bay. Gamblers president Jeff Mitchell joins us now to talk. We talked a little bit about the first period, Jeff. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, first off, great crowd for Sunday, kind of on the piggybacking last night's sold-out crowd. And again, can't thank the fans enough. Just record numbers this year, and you know, obviously when you have that kind of support, it makes the kids play better, and so again, thank you for that. But you know, I don't think Patty's probably overly happy. You know, I think we'll see a little bit different team coming out here in the second period. But you know, 3 games in 3 nights for both teams. That's a lot, especially for us. You know, 2 emotional games with Youngstown. But I think in the second and third period, you'll probably see a little bit different Gambler team come out.
Let's go back to last night's game. 8,000 people's in, 8,000 people in the stands for the Wiener Dog race night, and a great win for the team as well. Just the support from community on nights like that is something special.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Youngstown's right now is the best record in the league. We're chasing them. You know, we go down 2-0 right off the hop. Our kids battle back. I mean, you saw the emotion at the end of the game. You know, I'm glad things didn't get too out of hand, but you know, it was just an awesome game last night. Kids were thrilled to win it, and you know, I think it says a lot about our team and who we are as a team, and why I think we're going to be pretty dangerous when we get to the Clark Cup playoffs.
Speaking of the playoffs, not clinched yet. Things are looking good to make the playoffs for the 4th year in a row. What scenarios are needed, and when can fans maybe start thinking about purchasing some playoff tickets?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're about 6 points from clinching. You know, the playoff structure is top 2 teams get a bye. If you finish in 3rd or 4th, you play in the first round with all 3 home games being at home. But you know the gauntlet that it is. You want that bye. Now the playoffs this year are going to fall more on the weekends. There's more time in between games and series. But we want to bye. We want to take a week off and obviously move forward from there. It's a huge advantage. You know, once we know. Playoff tickets will go on sale, but just with the East being so tight, I think you're probably looking at late March before we really know where we're going to be.
We'll save some of the business stuff for maybe the second intermission when you come back. But on the hockey side, where this program was 5 years ago, missing the playoffs for so many years in a row, and now on the verge of getting in for the 4th year in a row and fighting for a first-round bye, the growth of the hockey side of the operation has just been amazing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you look at those banners, we had such a good run from 2008 to 2012 with John Cooper, Eric Root, and Derek Lalone. You know, Pat Mickish put some really good teams together. We just unfortunately weren't able to get over the hump. Brought in Mike Leone. Mike did an awesome job. He moved on, obviously, to Rochester, the American Hockey League, and then Pat came in. And, you know, I tell people all the time, Pat's my all-time favorite gambler. I mean, he embodies who we are, and you're seeing this is a team of who we are. Like, this reminds me of the Cooper era. You know, just our kids play hard. They play for each other. They're physical. They're never out of it. And, you know, Pat's an amazing coach. He's going to keep winning, and he's going to follow in the footsteps of Mike Leone and Derek Lalone and John Cooper. And I hope one day that we're seeing Pat Mickish behind an NHL bench too. But full credit to him and Mike Leone before when we started the build 4 years ago. And they just embody who we felt we are as a team. And that goes all the way back to when we hired John back in 2008.
All right, Jeff Mitchell, team president, thanks for joining us for the first intermission. We'll talk to you after the second.
Thanks, Chris.
Second intermission.
Take care.
All right, 1-1 Green Bay and Madison. This is Hockey Day in Green Bay on the spot. Thank you. We're going to be back around 6:45, 6:30.
Let's recap the first kind of deal.
Yeah, and then we're going to have like about 2.5, 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then we need to be out by like 3:30 on the clock. About a minute. One minute. Excuse me. About 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Welcome back to Hockey Day in Green Bay. On the spot, Scott Jewett, Green Bay Gamblers and the Madison Capitals all tied at 1 after 1. Gamblers with a mistake on the power play to give up the shorthanded goal, but answered right back with a power play goal to even up the score.
They did, and that'll be a point of emphasis. The details. Coach McCadden is very, very structured, and he's so good at details. Kids love playing for him. On that instance, when you give up a puck on the offensive blue line on a power play, danger to give up a puck, but then they come in strong on the back door in the power play. So
I think that also says how well the Gamblers have played on the power play this season, because that's the first shorthanded goal they have given up this year in over 200, in about 170 short or man advantage situations. So
that is an insane stat to think about that when you think, on a power play when these kids are so skilled and they have so much, stick skill. There's so much structure on a power play that to hear that stat, it speaks again to the great structure and details that Pat McCadden has in his game.
The final 2 periods of this game, I mean, we still have just about a month to go in the season, but it's very important. Green Bay currently leads Dubuque by 2 points for that bye that we talked about with Jeff Mitchell about how important it is. So the Gamblers right now just 2 points clear of Dubuque. They are 6 points clear of Muskegon going in today. And then on the other end of things, Madison is 1 point back of 5th place Cedar Rapids, and they're only 5 points up on Chicago to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's how important this game is today for both teams.
Takes such, and every point, like you think about all the points throughout a season, if you think, you missed a point here or you gave up a bad giveaway there, every single point matters throughout the course of a year, especially now when you throw numbers like that. Between Dubuque, Youngstown, Chicago, Madison, like everyone's fighting for position, and Green Bay really wants that bye.
How about your impression of how Joey Slavic played? First game this weekend for him in net. Saw 8 shots, made 7 stops.
Yeah, really solid. You can't blame him on a goal, a shorthanded breakaway where, there was good patience on that play. And, you can't really blame him on that goal. Otherwise, really solid to shots. There's not a lot of rebounds that we saw that period. Looked to be strong, looked to be solid, and good for him. Good for him coming in like that.
All right, goal scorers, Pitsley for Madison at 14:53 shorthanded. McKinney for Green Bay on the power play at 15:27. We're going to take our final time out of the intermission. We'll be back with the second period, Green Bay and Madison on the spot for Hockey Day in Green Bay. Clear. 3 minutes. Be back at 50 seconds. Thank you.
You want?
No, I'm good. I'm good right now.
Beautiful.
I don't want to overload and need to. Then it'll be you and Mitch talking for second intermission.
I love Mitch. I could talk to Mitch all day. I love Mitch.
90 seconds. You don't need to come back with us on camera. Just go back with whatever's going on the ice. Okay, thank you. One minute. 20 seconds. 15. Gamblers back on the ice, ready to go for the second period, tied at 1 with the Madison Capitals. We've talked about it a couple of times, but this weekend, Green Bay has the Team USA National Development Program coming in. Friday night is 7:05. It's a Bud night. And Saturday, it's a 6:05 face-off. And it's Harry Potter night with the ever-popular Harry Potter jerseys that the team will be wearing. And those will be up for bid in an auction from the Gamblers. You'll be able to get your bids in. Just check the Gamblers' social media sites and their homepage. Just about set to go for the second period here tonight, Scott Jewett, and Sunday afternoon hockey. Legs are a little tired on that third game in 3 days, but so much on the line for both teams.
There is, and that again with Green Bay being at home, it's like you say, it's third night. In a tie game, you'll see that as the game progresses that it's going to pick up speed and it'll get faster and harder. And we'll see how this all turns out.
All right, teams will switch ends. Slavic in the goal to my right, and Pruitt in the goal to my left. Samuelson against Capel at center ice as the puck is dropped and we're underway. Kaweja after it. Drabicki knocked it in deep, and he is going to try to get after that puck. Stops it at the far boards. Samuelson in there as well. Samuelson digs it away. We have 5-on-5 hockey to open up. Knutson and Samuelson in there with Fry and Kaweja, or Ryder and Kaweja. Dug out of there. Knutson. Samuelson again. Missed the puck, and Ryder jumps right on that loose puck, tries to sweep it out. He'll get it from a teammate, played forward, and O'Malley with the puck. Fired hard around to the right boards. Drabicki will touch it out to neutral ice. Tied at 1, and that puck is played up out of play by Butella. Arrow Butella trying to get that into Green Bay territory and knocked it up out of play. Yeah, Green Bay after today, just 3 home games remaining. That road schedule looks a little daunting, Scott. They've got 2 on the 13th and 14th in Cedar Rapids. They have a 3-game weekend that includes 2 games in Dubuque and 1 at Chicago. And then they got a trip all the way down to Kearney, Nebraska to wrap up the month of March on the 27th and 28th against Tri-City.
Yeah, it's a very difficult end of the season. Those 2 games against Dubuque, what Callie Larson's built down there in the last 10 years before he made the move to the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, there's some big games coming up.
Especially with Dubuque just 2 points behind Green Bay going into today. And there's a quick pass out in front. Madison could not corral it though, so Cover plays it out right point, and Slavic with the big stop on Brooks. Madison in the right corner. Green Bay territory. Hit, freed it up the puck, and now here comes Green Bay back on the counter punch. Halfley across the line. He had O'Sullivan going to the net. Now here comes Madison. A race up ice. It's Pitsley. He is rubbed out to the boards there by Sam Harris. Harris taken down, lost the puck. It's loose in the circle in Green Bay. It'll be Gully to flip it to the blue line and out. Fry turns it right back into Green Bay territory. Gertis, that was intercepted by Gully, and now Halfley once again coming into Madison zone with a dump in. Gamblers will go for a change here 2 minutes into the period. Still tied at 1. Madison out to center ice and now into the Gambler zone. Trying to feed it for Pitsley. That was Tang. And now the Gambler is able to get it past Gertis. Madison will have to reset, and Madison will get to reset with a power play. We got a holding call coming up on Wooten, and Zach Wooten's going to give Madison their first power play of the evening.
And you saw in that play, 3rd game in as many nights, and neutral zone penalties. No coach likes neutral zone penalties, but especially penalties where you get your stick into somebody's body, and you're still 100 feet from your own net. So Coach Pat is not going to like that penalty. But again, these kids, some of these players are tired, and that was a good example where your feet aren't moving quite as fast as you want them to.
Madison at just 17.8% conversion rate on power plays this season. They're 13th in the USHL. They are 1 for 22 in the first 5 games against Green Bay with the man advantage.
Sam Capel, the Appleton, Wisconsin product there, taking the face-off as one of the point people on this power play that they look to get him the puck on most of their power plays.
Morgan Brady will play it hard around and down the length it goes. Gamblers, they are 3rd in the league in penalty kill, just over 83%. And they have 8 shorthanded goals. They lead the USHL in that category.
A disjointed drop back breakout. You can see the new wave of breakout as the player will come so late. You can see 5 and 28 circling in the D zone. The puck will usually go back to them, but you can see Green Bay on their pre-scout again has got that figured out pretty easily.
Knutson and Samuelson worked that pretty well. Brady and Harris are out there too, and that's going to be all the way down in on Cruitt. Gambler's going to change up personnel, so will Madison with 1:10 to go on the power play. We're under 17 minutes to play in the second period, still tied at 1. This is Stout. He'll bring it up ice. Off on the left side, that'll be brought in. O'Malley tried to clear it, hit a Madison stick, and doing the honors will be Knutson. Racing after it is Halfley. He'll just try to tie it up in the corner there as his teammates are changing personnel. 38 seconds to go on the power play for Madison. Stout will bring it up ice once again. Halfley shadowing him and forces the pass off for Tang. Tang off for Grieva. Grieva for Tang. Out to the left point, Varala. Stout. Back over it goes. Shot, glove save, and a big one there. Gustav Grieva with the shot and the glove save by Slavic. 13 seconds left in the Madison penalty, or Madison power play, excuse me.
You can see once Madison got in-zone entry, you call it, where they can get set up on their power play, it's a more stationary. Green Bay has a lot of moving parts to their power play, where Madison is a lot more stationary, a lot more, you know, if you want to say structure to it. Green Bay just stayed in their box, stayed solid, and Slavic will make that save all day.
Capel on the draw here against Conboy for Green Bay. Puck works its way out to the left point. There's a shot knocked down by Traffic, and Conboy, spotting an opening, just kind of bats it forward. Oh, that one almost went in off the deflection. Gamblers are full strength as Wooten is out of the box. Gamblers almost got the most fortunate bounce they could have asked for right there. But Cruitt was ready for it. Now Receval. Receval in the corner. Trying to create some space and get away from Capel. Puts it out to the right point. O'Sullivan. That shot knocked down. Comes back into Green Bay territory. O'Sullivan on the right wing for Receval. Gamblers are onside. Wooten will chase in the corner. He's in there with Fry. Wooten out with it. And it's out to center ice. There was some hard work there by Butella to keep Wooten from getting set up. Gamblers chip that one to center ice. Offside. Wooten was calling for the puck, and the puck was chipped up into the air, and he went racing after it. And we'll have more on that play because right now we are on the beer can race.
It's a local favorite here in Green Bay. Everybody loves the beer can race.
Tonight's racers will all be sprinting their way to the Grand Appliance Frigidaire finish line. Will it be Bud, Bud Light, Busch Light, or Mick Ultra? Let's find out. Racers, on your mark, get set, go! Mick Ultra out to the early lead. Budweiser might have something to say about it. Michelob Ultra starting to pull away if he doesn't lose his footing. Mick Ultra, Mick Ultra, Mick Ultra, Mick Ultra slides home.
14:46 to play in the second period. It is 1-1 Green Bay and Madison. Cedar Rapids has an early second period goal. They're halfway through the second now. They have scored another goal, and it's 2-0. Cedar Rapids leads Team USA. Cedar Rapids, they are 5-0-1 in their last 6 games. And they are making a push to try to maybe catch Muskegon for that 4th spot in the USHL's Eastern Conference playoffs. That's going to be a tough team. Mark Carlson, all-time wins leader in USHL history for a coach.
He does such a good job, and players love playing for him, and he's had a lot of wins for that program.
All right, here comes Madison. Culver's pass forward is intercepted, and now Katz fed it off. Katz took a big hit there from Prudhomme. Prudhomme, by the way, oh, there's a shot and a goal. Boy, the Gamblers couldn't clear it, and that goal just came to Doshin, and it's 2-1 Madison at 5:37 of the second, and Doshin just got free in that circle. Take us through it there, Scott.
Yeah, you can see the puck got pushed deep, and Green Bay just couldn't get up high. Puck gets put up into the top of the circles, and he ripped that puck. It might have been deflected off the defenseman's stick. It did take a weird angle on that shot when it beat Slavic. So 2-1 game. Green Bay needs more than 7 shots on goal to compete, and you're going to see the effort level and compete level rise significantly here.
17th goal of the season for Doshin. And that puts Madison back up in front again.
Assisted by number 11, Stephen Clover. Time of the goal was 5:37. Capitals goal scored by Doshin, assisted by Clover at 5:37.
So the Gamblers well answered after Madison took the lead in the first period. And now Samuelson for Drabicki. Knutson was looming out front of the crease. Now we're trying to cycle the puck. Madison will take control and bring it back the other way. Long feet ahead, intercepted. Stepping in, Beanstalk for Martin. Drabicki just couldn't do anything with that rush, and now Doshin is after, or excuse me, Griva is after that puck in the Gambler defensive zone. Pitsley picked back to the corner. Comes around to the near boards. Battle for the puck. Beanstalk. Oh, centering pass. Oh, fortunate for the Gamblers, or Varallo would have made it 3-1. Green Bay. They got Gully going to the net. There we go!
So many plays in hockey start from the defensive zone out. There was a pass that Madison made from behind the goal line. You can see that once Green Bay got it, they're coming in numbers. Beautiful pass right through the seam. And Gully, who has a hot stick and can put the puck in the back of the net, the captain puts it off to the nice feed right in the back of the net to make it a 2-2 game.
6:56 the time of Elliot Gully's 19th goal of the season. And he just went right to the net, stick on the ice, just like you teach you.
It is. I mean, it's a beautiful play, but so much, like I said, it happens in the defensive zone when that puck gets turned over. Green Bay attacked with numbers, and that nice play at the blue line to get in zone, and made no mistake when he got in front of the net.
So the Gamblers answer back about 90 seconds after Madison took the lead. Doshin's goal was at 5:37, Gully's goal at 6:56. 2-2 the score. And Harris, cross ice, Kulchin with a shot, missed the net. Rosivo.
Goal! His 19th of the season, scored by number 12, Elliot Gooley. Assisted by number 28, Cruz Martin. Time of the goal, 6:56.
Gamblers control, Kulchin. Convoy's shot. Fortunate came back to him. Now Receivall in the corner. Yeah, Cruz Martin. How about that feed from Martin, too?
That was a beautiful pass. And again, Green Bay responds. Madison scores. Green Bay responds right away to make it back 2-2. It's happened a couple times this game.
Coming up on 12 minutes to play in the period. Convoy waiting for numbers. Sends it over right circle. Wooten back for Convoy. Right on and Crew at the save. That was some good patience and some puck work between Conboy and Wooten. Just didn't wind up in the back of the net.
Yeah, 3 or 4 really beautiful passes there.
Long feed ahead, offside. Ryder was way in when he took that puck. So we have an offside, and the faceoff will come all the way back down into the Madison zone.
And speaking of beautiful passes, when they zip it up the ice like that, again, when defensemen see that pass, it's just a little bit of a timing issue, or he would have been in all alone. So very nice pass by Madison.
Waterloo over in the west, they have a 4-1 lead on Des Moines. Waterloo is having a tough season. The one game tonight, Muskegon is at Omaha at 5:05. I used to hate that when I traveled with the team. We would get the Sunday night game in like Kearney or Omaha and be getting home sometime Monday morning in time for breakfast. Life of a hockey player, right?
Oh.
Martin's shot hit a stick, pops high into the air, and it's going to be gloved like a pop-up there by Pruitt. And we'll have another face-off in the defensive zone. I was talking with Pat McCadden on Friday before the series with Muskegon started, and the Gamblers were on the road, 3 different cities. They went from they went from Dubuque to Chicago to Madison Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I asked him if he got the team up to watch the gold medal game last Sunday. He said, nope, let them sleep. They needed the rest.
And I can bet most of them would have had it on for sure, wherever they were. It's
Kawaja, dangerous pass in front, and somehow Slavic stayed on it. He's lost his stick. Loose puck, open net, popped wide right by Capel. This is a dangerous sequence here. The Gamblers looking to try to clear, and there's a blocker save by Slavic. Butella nearly popped that one home against Slavic without the stick, and it just keeps getting farther and farther away from him. As Kawaja now at the right circle with 10:59 to play. Glove save by Slavic. He'll hold it for the whistle, and he'll get a well-deserved applause, round of applause from the crowd, as Butella is triple teamed behind the net for having the audacity to be out in front near where Slavic was.
Yeah, that's funny when you talk about some of those road trips and things like that. That's where these relationships are made with the players. You know, it stops in Sweden, Poland, Germany, Norway, the East Coast League, the Western League. You have friends the rest of your life when you play with these people in hockey, and when you have them in every country. It's just such a unique sport where you meet some amazing, amazing people, and those road trips become a lot of fun, even though you don't get a lot of sleep. You can see right here, beautiful play. Just Slavic gets it. He's already lost his stick. Just wants to settle things down. Gets back to a defensive zone face-off.
And Green Bay will clear. Carcone will try to chase after it. Fry will get there first. Icing was waved off. So the puck around to the near wing. Left wing feed by Smith. This will be a corner dump to the right side. O'Malley.
Oh, good touch.
Hey, here's a chance. Oh, McKinney couldn't clear, and it's a 3-on-3 in the Gambler defensive zone. Shot up over the net. Into the near corner. Carcone has it now for Green Bay. He'll lead it 2-on-2 to the red line. And he'll just take a long shot on net. Rebound popped in behind the net again by Carcone after the Pruitt save. O'Malley, left point. He'll cycle it back in deep again. Carcone lost the handle, and here comes Madison halfway through the second and the game. Still tied at 2. Gamblers have not led today. Gamblers are offside. Cats just couldn't get the timing down on that long feed from O'Malley. And now the Gamblers will change up personnel. Bouncing puck controlled by Samuelson. The Swede plays it up the near wall off the linesman. And now Sullivan loosens up a puck. Griva tries to play it in. Gamblers knock it out, and here comes Knutson. Knutson with a shot on a crisscross, and he missed it wide right to the post. Chance for Samuelson right on, and Pruitt the save. Kulchin was calling for the puck, but I think Samuelson had target fixation on the back of the net there.
He did. I mean, a nice shot, and Drabicki going to that back door too, where he's going to that post, trying to get a rebound that might pop out, but no rebound given. Great save by the goalie.
More rough stuff behind the net after the whistle.
You know, both these coaching staffs, it's funny when you watch and the things throughout a game that you might not see on TV, but you know, the Madison staff, when you have obviously Andy Brand as the head coach, such a quality person, but a great coach with Tom Gilbert with all the NHL experience, Dominic Zombo, very calm on the bench, where the players tend to be calm as well. So when the coach is calm, settled down, you can see that the players, it's normal. Same thing on the Green Bay bench with Tony Kujava as a goalie coach and Patty McCadden, you know, guys that can settle a bench down, and really, really quality people.
That final Green Bay game at home this season is on Saturday, April 4th. That is the next game on the spot. Be on the air at 6 o'clock for 6:05 drop of the puck, Green Bay and Madison. If you're looking to come on out to support the Gamblers that night, First Responders Night, it's the final Skate with the Gamblers night after the game. That is coming up on the 4th. And again, if you can't make it out here, you can watch on the spot.
And the Gamblers, I mean, what they've built here has become such a, you know, a great program. Local teams, the Bay Area Ice Bears women's high school team that qualified for state next weekend. The De Pere Voyagers are going to state for the first time in the history of their program. Hockey is becoming stronger in the local area. A lot of it has to do with the Green Bay Gamblers.
Samuelson on the draw here for Green Bay against Gustavus Griva. And the Gamblers were able to hold the zone, but not out. Now Snee towards the net. O'Sullivan tries to ride him off the puck. Kulchin is there to help out. Griva in front. Save by Slavic, and a big one there on Cooper Snee out in front of the net.
Point blank save.
You need saves like that in games like this. Tight, halfway through, final game of the weekend, and goaltender comes up big.
And as a forward, I mean, that's right in your wheelhouse where you're getting it at the bottom of the circle, which is you and the goalie. And in that case, it was a beautiful toe save that was kicked out, and remains a 2-2 game.
Madison with 7 shots on goal in the period. Green Bay with 5. It's 15-11 shots on goal in favor of Madison for the game, and we're tied at 2. 9 minutes to play in the second period. Snee plays it cross ice. This is for Richard Grav. Now Griva. Banked off the near boards. Rosival 1-on-2. Looking to get around his man. Comes back to the left point, Harris. Harris can't hold the zone and will send it back in. Gamblers will tag up. 8.5 minutes to play in the second period. Tied at 2. Good forecheck by Wooten. He'll stay on that puck. He'll battle down there with Baird Grados.
Baird Grados has to be careful there. His stick's in a bat. You can see his arms wrapped around him. It's only a matter of time before refs don't let that happen.
Ooh, a little extra shot there from Dexter Brooks. And the whistle is going to be called as Wooten goes down. Yeah, Brooks with a couple extra shots there with Baird Grados.
A few cross checks when Brooks got it in that, you know, uncommitted with Brooks and Grados, the two kids that are on the ice. They definitely want to make an impression on anybody that might be watching these games. And right there you saw that they can play with a little bit of snarl if they need to.
Gamblers will get a face-off in the Madison defensive zone with 8:06 to play in the second period. Still tied at 2. One of these teams taking the lead into the third period is key. We'll get to that in a moment. There's a shot wide left. Gamblers Gully, who scored the equalizer a few moments ago, couldn't control. Martin. Now Green Bay. Harris. Gully. Backhands that one. It was just laying at the blue line, and it's going to be poked ahead for Pitsley. Madison at the Gambler defensive zone. Pitsley plays it to the corner, but that's where Harris is. Harris taken down. Play on. Nothing really there. And now Beanstalk knocks it ahead. Gully onside and in. Gully to the slot, shot it, and a save there by Cruitt. 7:15 to play, second period, still tied at 2. Puck tied up again in the left corner, Green Bay territory. Gully sticks it free. Pitsley plays it left point. O'Malley shot through traffic, save, rebound. Gully! The Gamblers have another 20-goal scorer this season. His name is Elliot Gully. And it's 3-2 Green Bay at 12:57 on the rebound.
Yeah, you can see the puck gets put through to the net, and Katz and Gully both going to the net. Gully picks it up, makes no mistake. You know, it's funny, players get to spots, and you can say, how did he get to that spot? There's players that know the spots that you can score goals, and there's players that don't. And you can see 20 times this year, there's a kid that knows exactly what spot to get to.
Gamblers have their first lead of the game as Elliot Gully has scored 2 second-period goals, 6:56 to equalize, and 12:57 for the 3-2 lead.
So good when you can get body position in the slot like that. You have a defenseman on you, but you get position where you can still get away a very good shot. That's a quality goal.
Oh, and here came Butella back, and his shot went through the crease. McKinney. How about the job by O'Malley to keep that puck in at the left point as well, and then just get the initial shot on net.
Very, very good play, too, to keep in zone.
Gertis. There's O'Malley sweeping that one free. And now Morgan Brady. McKinney. Left boards freed up by Katz. And Morgan Brady will bleed it up ice for Green Bay.
Gamblers goal! His 20th of the season, scored by number 12, Elliot Gully. Assisted by number 11, Gavin Katz. And number 4, Brady O'Malley. Time of the goal, 12:57, right meow.
While we were, hey, there's a chance for Drabicki. Can't pull the trigger on the backhand, but while we were in that goal announcement, Smith had a huge save and a big right pad, or a huge shot, and a big right pad saved by Joey Slavic.
This line's had a lot of offensive zone time tonight where they're just grinding it out. You can see below the goal line. Samuelson's had some good looks, but those grind plays.
5:15 to play in the second period. 3-2 Green Bay leads it. Samuelson got a piece of that pass, but now it's a 3-on-1 and a penalty coming up on Green Bay after a shot and a save by Slavic. So Madison is going to get a late power play here in the second period. It's going to be Samuelson, the guilty party, as he has escorted to the box at 14:52. Down for a hook, and Madison gets their second power play of the period.
Good lively crowd here again tonight that everybody's into this game. Love seeing it on a Sunday in Green Bay, people coming out and having a good time at the rink.
So the penalty puts Madison to the power play. Gambler penalty killers, it'll be Gully, Brady, Wooten, and Harris. Kawaja for Madison. Up top, Gertis. Over it goes to the left side. That's Butella. Gertis again. Kawaja. Ryder. Kawaja couldn't get the one-timer away. Wooten was closing the distance very well. Now here's Ryder down low. Back to Kawaja. Back to Ryder. Stuffs it home. No, denied there by Slavic. And then cleared in behind the net. Madison, though, controls. Kawaja, right circle, lost the handle momentarily and then regroups. Minute 15 to go on the power play. Kawaja down to Ryder. Ryder out to the slot to Capel. Capel with the backhand, stopped by Slavic. Capel again, out to the left point. Here's Gertis again, over to Kawaja. Kawaja down to Ryder. Ryder back to Kawaja. Kawaja out top. Here's a shot right on and a save with a glove there by Slavic on Gertis. And boy, Joey Slavic is really focused in after that second Madison goal.
He sure is, and you can see the Green Bay penalty kill as well. Everything is coming off of this right side from Kajaya. It goes down to Ryder. They're really trying to hit that slot pass, but once you've done that 2 or 3 times and penalty killers can recognize that, you can really block that pass into the slot, and it becomes a less dangerous power play. So the second unit is out now. I'm assuming you're going to see something different than the traditional umbrella that we saw in the last power play.
Hafley will take the draw here for Green Bay. Stout will control for Madison. Tang. Down to the right boards, Varala. Tang. Stout. 45 seconds to go on the power play, and there's a shot from Stout through traffic, and Slavic saw it all the way. Varala with the screen in front, but Slavic made the save and, more importantly, did not give up the rebound.
Yeah, beautiful save, and like I just mentioned, that they did a different look where it's a box with a bumper, where there's a player in the center of the ice to deflect that puck, but he never got a stick on it, and Slavic made a big save to keep this 3-2 for Green Bay.
3:52 remaining in the second period. Madison out shooting Green Bay 20-14 for the game. Tang plays it to the right boards. Stout. Over it goes. Down low. Griva to Griva.
They've had Tang on the back door twice and just didn't see him on this power play.
Stout out high from Tang. Back to Tang. Skating, trying to get around Knutson and Gully. Nothing doing there. 18 seconds left in the power play. Up top, Stout. Gustav Griva. Shot. That hit. I think Kulchin got the deflection and played it up into the netting. And with 8 seconds remaining in the Samuelson penalty, there'll be another face-off in the Gambler defensive zone, and Madison will get their other power play unit out here. Face-off will be to the stick side of Joey Slavic.
And Samuelson's thinking breakaway right now. 8 seconds left. It's a dangerous time. If you can win this face-off and zip it through the neutral zone, more often than not, the team that's sending that puck will get a breakaway out of it. So we'll see how this all develops.
It'll be Gully for Green Bay against Culver for Madison. Puck is won back to Gertis. Gertis. There's a fan on a shot. O'Malley plays it to the corner. Samuelson is out of the box and will join the play. Gamblers kill off another Madison power play. The Capitals are now 1 for 24 against Green Bay on the power play this season. 0 for 2 today. But the puck is loose down low, and that was dangerous. And we've got a whistle here.
I think it was possibly Gully coming back into the play that got his stick into the feet of the Madison player. Maybe not.
Oh, I saw a tripping call on somebody.
There was. Yeah, I thought so.
And Kulchin can't quite believe that he is the guy, but he is going to go to the box. So Madison.
Yeah, I don't think he was the guy, to be honest. I think it was Gully coming in right from the penalty box on a back check, I believe. That got his stick in there, but it doesn't matter who. What matters is it's a 5-on-4 for Madison back on the power play.
17-10, the time of the tripping penalty on Kulchin, so Madison gets their third power play of the period. Gamblers had 2 power plays in the first, but nothing here in the second. And so Brady off the draw, rings it around the boards, and out it goes. Good solid defensive play there on the penalty kill by Morgan Brady. Kaweja will set it up. He's across the line. Samuelson forces the pass around. Capel at the near boards. Good hit by Brady. Freed the puck up again. Puck in the corner. We've got 90 seconds to go on the power play. 2:20 to go in the period. Still 3-2 Green Bay as the Gamblers try to hold on here.
Capel is just getting the business in the corner. There's about 6 cross checks, but they're letting him play.
Puck is loose out high to Gertis. Oh, Brady was chopped down, and there's a shot on a one-timer that's going to miss from Butella. Fans are getting restless as Samuelson, again, one of the key penalty killers for Green Bay. He had to sit in the box last time, but here he fires it down the link. 60 seconds to go on the power play. Both teams will change up personnel.
The referees let that go because Capel took about 5 cross checks in the corner and came back and gave a massive cross check, but they didn't call either side.
Gustav Griva. O'Sullivan in the corner. O'Sullivan, O'Malley. Wooten and Knutson on this penalty kill for Green Bay. 35 seconds to go on the power play. 80 seconds to go in the period. Shot left point, blocker saved by Slavic, and then on the rebound, O'Sullivan went to tuck it under the pads of Slavic, and there was some rough stuff right after that. But another big stop by Joey Slavic. You know, Scott, I was talking earlier about another 20-goal scorer this season for Green Bay. Zach Wooten, Gavin Katz, David Receval, and now Elliot Gully with 20 goals on the season. That is some good offense for the Gamblers.
It sure is, and we talked a little bit earlier about the depth that can provide. So if you want to call them line 1A, 1B, and 1C, there's a scorer on every one of the top 3 lines for the Green Bay Gamblers, so it's important to have on every line. Not a lot of teams can do that.
Yeah, Landon Hafley has 12 goals this season with a little push. He might be a 20-goal scorer as well. But that is off in the future. Right now, we have 1:15 to go in the period. Power play for Madison. They win the draw. Stout plays it over. Griva. Stout. Griva again. Goes to the side of the net. That was for Richard Griva. 1 minute to go in the period. Gamblers control, and they got a 2-on-1 if they rush. Gully with Samuelson. Gully with Samuelson. Gully hanging it off the pipe for the hat trick. Oh, that would have been huge. But it's 4-on-2 back the other way. Broken up by Harris. Power play is over. Gully is in. Gully over to the right circle. Hey, Colchin!
No mistake on that shot.
His first goal as a Gambler makes it a 2-goal lead with 41.5 seconds to play.
And Gully is having a night. He's the one that got that puck across, and congratulations to that young man on his first goal as a Green Bay Gambler. Made no mistake. Low, short side, blocker side, beautiful shot to make this a 4-2 game. But again, Gully is the architect of a lot of the offense Green Bay is having tonight is running through Gully. He ripped one off the crossbar about 15 seconds before that goal went in. He's having a very, very strong night.
Great pass, and Colchin with a great finish at 19-19. And the Gamblers, when they lead after 2 periods this season, they are 18-2-2-2.
First of the season, scored by number 13, Jack Coulton. Assisted by number 12, Elliot Gully. Time of the goal, 19-19. Gamblers goal scored by Coulton, assisted by...
And this will be all the way down. Icing on Madison with 9.7 seconds to play. That gives the Gamblers some breathing room. They were down 2-1 after that early goal by Doshin. And then Gully, and Colchin, 3 straight goals, and it's 4-2 Green Bay heading into the final 10 seconds of the second period.
And yet I can feel that the pace has picked up. The last 5-6 minutes of this game, both sides. Now the bus legs are out, everybody's flying around, and you can see the result is some great hockey. There's another Ace fan there. You can take a good look at another one celebrating Ace's birthday.
Puck into the right corner and popped up into the air. Pruitt gloved it and then looked like he just wanted to drop it behind the net to extend the play, but the official said, nah, you held it long enough, and we'll have one more face-off here with 2.3 seconds to play.
And, the new game, well, the way hockey is anymore, you do not want this face-off. If that goaltender can clear that puck and kill the final 2 seconds, then obviously period over. Right now, you have a danger face-off for Green Bay, so he was trying to make sure that that didn't happen.
All right, face-off. You can see all the defenders for Madison are lined up in the slot off of this draw.
Beanstalk is where they're trying to go.
Oh, there was a good shot by Katz, but it was blockered away, and Gamblers still got that really good shot on goal.
Really good face-off play. That's a set play that Pat McCadden would have drawn up for that group, and they executed it very well, and beautiful save to keep this at a 4-2 game for Green Bay.
Madison actually outshot Green Bay 13-10 in that second period, but Joey Slavic with 12 big stops, and the Gamblers with 3 goals to take a 4-2 lead into the third period. What did you think of that second period there, Scott?
Yeah, like I kind of mentioned, the bus legs are out for both teams, and it's been a physical, it's been a very good hockey game. Some great plays by Gully are the difference right now with a couple goals and a beautiful pass, and that is the difference in this hockey game.
All right, Green Bay with a 4-2 lead on the Madison Capitals. Joining us here in the second intermission once again, it'll be Gamblers president Jeff Mitchell, and we'll have the third period coming up as well. 4-2 Green Bay after 2. This is Green Bay Gamblers hockey for Hockey Day in Green Bay on the spot. Thank you.
Our final one night of the regular season is Friday, March 6th. This will be your final chance to take advantage of discounted multi-family drives.
Second intermission going on here with the T-shirt cannon and the chuck a puck at the right center. Green Bay with a 4-2 lead over the Madison Capitals after a three-goal outburst. And joining us once again is Gamblers president Jeff Mitchell. And Jeff, I got to ask, Jack Culture with his first USHL goal. You've seen plenty of pictures on the social media with the guys getting their pucks, and you guys take care of when they get their first goals, their first shutouts.
Yeah, it was a really nice goal by Jack, and 4-2, huge goal. Great period by the kids. I mean, Morgan Brady, we picked up a couple weeks ago. What an addition. I know, Chris, you were here on Friday. How about that hit on Friday? Like, it was like the Matrix. But no, I mean, listen, the kids start out slow. They come back and they find their wheels, their bearings, and it's 4-2. And you're getting contributions from guys like Jack Halkin, first goal. Gully's got 2 tonight. Slavic made some big saves, and that's just it's a team game, and it's showed that in the second period tonight.
You brought up Morgan Brady and the trade deadline coming up for the Gamblers. They picked up him and Chase Jatang from Waterloo. We have not seen Chase Jatang yet. It's tough to let the guys go. That you had to let go, but talking with the staff, these guys have kind of been targets in 20, and to add them now for the playoff run.
Yeah, Chase, we're hoping maybe next week or the week after, but you know, both Morgan and Chase were with Waterloo last year. They lost in Game 5 of the Clark Cup Finals. I mean, you can see with Morgan, just battle-tested. And then Chase, you know, was a point-a-game guy in the playoffs and was off to a great start this year, so he's going to be a welcome addition. And, you know, that's kind of our mindset. I mean, every year we're kind of going for it. We don't rebuild, we reload, and, you know, we feel Green Bay is a destination. Kids want to play here, and obviously it's a huge recruiting tool, but, you know, letting Cody Sokol go and Adam Tim was hard. Those kids were great players for us, and, you know, Cody's going to be in the league next year and we'll have a bright future. And, you know, I can't say enough good things about Adam Tim, and I know he's still looking for a place to play next year, but whoever gets Adam Tim's going to be very fortunate.
I wanted to talk to you about reloading as well, because you have the Harry Potter jerseys coming up, and you guys reload on the specialty jerseys. That's a really cool thing that you guys do with the different jerseys, and another auction coming up on Saturday for the Harry Potter night.
Yeah, I believe the house is Ravenclaw this year, and you know, Chris, you work with the T-Rats. We kind of have a very similar philosophy when it comes to promotions, and that's what sells. I mean, we know the hockey's going to be great on the ice, but it's the promotions like Harry Potter, the Wiener Dog Race, or $2 Pelkins hot dogs, whatever that may be. That's how we get people in the building, and that's really our sport. And our people do a great job with that, and Harry Potter is kind of a newer promotion we've done that's been majorly successful.
It's all about selling tickets and getting fans in, and you guys have had some great crowds all season long. You want to give a shout out to some of your ticket and your promotion staff?
Yeah, man, like Greg Lynch, our director of business, I think one of the best operators in all of junior hockey. You know, Cole Milberger does sales. Ryan Cuniff, who I know you worked with the Timber Rattlers, those guys are phenomenal. Hannah Hartzell in our marketing department. You know, and all of the PMI support staff we have. I mean, this is really a team effort. The Gamblers are owned by PMI, and aside from the Gamblers front office staff we named, there's a lot of people who touch our program. And again, it's a team effort. It's all coming together. And I can't thank Pat McCadden and Bryce Reddick and Sean, you know, Kurt Ledecky on our scouting side. You know, this is everybody working, pulling the rope together, and this is what you get. You got a team that hopefully we're raising another banner come May.
All right, that sounds great. Jeff Mitchell, team president for the Green Bay Gamblers. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more second intermission programming after this. This is Hockey Day in Green Bay on the spot. Yes, I can talk into my mic again. $90 seconds. One minute. 30 seconds. It's hockey day in Green Bay here from the Resch Center. Green Bay Gamblers with a 4-2 lead on the Madison Capitals. Gamblers with 3 straight goals in the second period after Madison scored after Madison scored at 5:37. Elliot Gully came back about 90 seconds later to tie it up, and then Gully with the go-ahead goal, and Jack Kulchin with the goal to make it 4-2 going into the third. Very impressive second period for the Gamblers. They withstood some pressure. Joey Slavic came up with saves, and then the goal scoring came late.
Yeah, it's and against the narrative when, you know, at the opener we're talking about how important the first goal is, and both teams and their records. It's why hockey's such a great game. Green Bay really put the pedal down, and Gully's had a really big night with a couple goals and a beautiful, beautiful pass on that fourth goal for Green Bay.
You know, late in the second period when it was still tied, we were talking about how important it is to go into the third period with the lead for both of these teams. We talked about the Gamblers, 18 wins, 2 losses, 2 shootout losses, 2 overtime losses. Madison, when they lead after 2 periods, they were 18-1. So now they trail after 2. They're 5-14 with a shootout loss. So that really kind of flips things.
It sure does. And again, like explosive teams that can come out and score 3, score 4. Madison's not built that way. Madison's built to grind it out. Very skilled team as well, but all these kids in USHL are so skilled. But again, they're not built for that. They're not built to explode for goals like that.
We have talked about it a couple of times already tonight. Both teams are going to have to dig deep in this third period because this is the third game in 3 days for both teams. Gamblers had a grinding series with Youngstown on Friday and Saturday, and then Madison, they were home against Chicago on Friday. They went to Chicago on Saturday and had to make the trip up here to play on Sunday afternoon. So this third period, it's almost a case of just digging deep and finding the finish line.
Without a doubt. And you know, with Green Bay, you do have a tough weekend like that. You play in front of 8,000 fans. You know, there's a nice crowd here tonight, but again, it's the end of a weekend. But these guys understand the importance of these points, and Coach McCadden's going to make sure they're aware. Simple plays, don't make any, you know, danger plays in the D zone. You're up by a couple goals. Just let's get through this with 2 points.
All right, we're going to take our final time out of this intermission. Back with the third period after this on the spot. This is Hockey Day in Green Bay.
All right, the second will start with the winners and take it away.
All right, here we go with the numbers. Pepsi winners, 3617, 2067, 2798. Team Torque Bar, 2978, 531, 2003. Quick Trip gift card, 2538, 2320, 3102. Harley Davidson Museum Pass, 3390, 11938, 1952. Timber Rattlers, 1196, 3183, 2093. Gamma King Koozie, 414, 2165, 3197. Sports Clips, 97, 3323, 2270. Bud, 4960, 1155, 2519. Drift In, 3176, 3876.
2 minutes.
403. Pelgates, 2316, 2943, 1787. And those USHL jerseys, 3193, 260, 2433. Congrats to everyone.
Fans, did you play Star Wars, this or that? Take a look at the video board and see who everyone selected. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Green Bay Distillery before your next Gamblers game and try the brand new Beast Burger or Gamble Lemonade. Plus, with the Gamblers would like 3 or more goals, you get 30% off an entree. The offer is valid for 3 days after the game, excludes special event days. The Green Bay Distillery is just a slap on the way and like the Rocky Way.
1 minute. $30 seconds. You want to just go back on camera? Or with us not on camera? Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
No camera?
No camera.
Perfect.
15 seconds. Elliott Gully with a couple of second period goals for Green Bay, and he assisted on the Jack Kulchin goal that made it 4-2 as we head to the third period. Green Bay and Madison. Talking about the Gamblers, they are home this upcoming weekend against the U.S. National Team Development Program. The road does not get easier for Madison. They are desperate for some points, but they have to go to Youngstown for games on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this coming weekend. So the Capitals going to be desperate to try to at least get a point out of this one tonight. 2 would be preferable for them because, as we have talked about, they are 5 points up on Chicago going into play today, and they are just 1 point back of Cedar Rapids for 5th in the playoffs. Those 3 teams, Cedar Rapids, Madison, Chicago, fighting it out for the final 2 playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. The Gamblers, they've got their eyes on a bye, and they've got their eyes on Youngstown in front of them. But right now, 20 minutes on the clock, and Scott Jewett, Gamblers sniff a big weekend.
Yeah, it's if they can close this one out, it's an absolutely huge weekend for their push as we reach the end of the season. And Madison, same thing. Big points on the line for Madison in their playoff push.
Icing right off the faceoff on Green Bay, so this will bring a faceoff back into the Gamblers' defensive zone just 7 seconds into the third period. Green Bay had a 4-2 lead last night against Youngstown. The Phantoms got a late second period goal to make it a 4-3 game, and then the Gamblers held on for dear life in that third period behind Enriquez, the goaltender, and some great defense. Madison off the draw.
Good keep.
Stout held it in, and awkward shot. Slavic got a piece of it, but lost the handle. Knutson backhands it out to center ice, and now Stout will regroup. Kawaja on the right side for Capel. O'Malley took the puck away. Banks it to the near side.
Nice play.
2-on-2 for Green Bay. Drabicki on the left side for Samuelson. Broken up by Kawaja. There's some really good players on this Madison team. Is Knutson with a nice play. Oh, right in front for Drabicki. It deflects out to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan looking for some space. Takes a shot, rang it off the post. I do not think Pruitt was expecting a shot from O'Sullivan the way that O'Sullivan was skating that one over.
Well, if you saw on the screen, there was a shot lane that closed because the Green Bay player, I think it might have been Knutson, skated in front of him and made a big jump to try to get out of the way. As a result, it really changed the look and the dynamic of that play. Yeah, right off the post. Good start for Green Bay.
51 seconds into the third period. 4-2 Green Bay. Held it at the far boards as Kawaja tried to clear. Threw it into a mass of bodies, and now it is cleared. O'Sullivan forward. Gamblers in on side. Martin. Oh, that hit a skate. Gully for the hat trick. Ooh. Nothing doing. Denied by Pruitt. That's a heck of a stop by Pruitt.
It sure is. Point blank.
Martin will play it in deep. Halfley after it, but Pruitt comes out of the net. Plays it for Prudhomme. Prudhomme offside. Smith tried to drag the toe along the blue line, but just could not hold the line. And the faceoff will come outside the Gamblers' blue line. Looks like we've got one final already in today. Waterloo was at Des Moines, and the Blackhawks beat playoff-bound Des Moines 5-2. Waterloo has had a tough year this year. They played the Gamblers tough a couple of times this season. but not so much fun at Young Arena this year. Get you updated on Cedar Rapids and Team USA. That game was late third last time we checked, but we'll check it in our next stoppage. Gertis lost the handle. Wooten will play it in deep. Fry up the far boards for Smith. Smith out ahead. Here comes Prudhomme again. And trying to get around one. Kulchin, though, got to the puck first. Wooten, long right wing feed, too far for Rosival, and we've got a stoppage. Cedar Rapids has now opened up a 3-0 lead at Team USA with 10 minutes to play in the third period. So Cedar Rapids, with a win today, that would put them at 60 points. And Madison would fall 3 points back if they don't get something today.
We saw Prudhomme's last shift at a couple big hits, a couple big slashes. The 6'2", 200-pound product out of Ottawa, Canada, was trying to make his presence felt that last shift.
Madison just trying to turn something around here after the Gamblers took charge of the game with those 3 straight goals in the third period. Green Bay able to get it out to center ice. Doshin was offside and couldn't touch it, so the Gamblers, Harris knocks it out, and Doshin will play it back in deep. Kulchin, Harris, Rosival just feathered a pass ahead to McKinney, will play it in deep, and the Gamblers will change. McKinney will stay on for the forecheck, and that pass intercepted by Beanstalk. He had to wait for McKinney to tag up and then just fires it in. Coming up on 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Green Bay with a 4-2 lead. Madison has it. There's a chance for Gustav Grivas. And Griva got a deflection, and it's up out of place, so the faceoff will stay in the Gamblers' defensive zone.
We've seen a couple times now the product, the Quinnipiac recruit, handling pucks. It looks like a strong suit behind the net a few times when he's setting pucks and getting them to the defenseman. So he's had a really strong effort as the goaltender tonight.
Stout. That pass went in behind the net. Griva didn't connect, and now Stout back out at center ice. From the red line, plays it hard around. Slavic out of the net to hold it. Plays it back around to the near side. Stout with a quick shot, and Slavic able to get back into that quickly. That would have been a sloppy goal to give up. I think there's a chip forward. I think Slavic saw what happened with Enriquez last night. There's a shot. Ooh, that one just missed. Shot again, save Slavic.
Nice
Rebound save again by Slavic. Gamblers looking to break out. Puck played forward for Knutson. Knutson at the near board, at the far boards, couldn't get it away there from Gertis. And now Gertis plays it around near side. Capel. Bouncing puck.
Gone.
Shabicki got it forward. Knutson 3-on-1 across the line. Knutson with the shot and the save there by Pruitt. But back to the point on Slavic. Now, of course, everybody's going to remember what happened a couple of weeks ago when Enriquez had the goalie goal with the empty net. But last night, in a pretty important part of the game, with the Gamblers down a man, Enriquez tried to clear the puck and threw it up out of play for a delay of game penalty, and that put Youngstown on a 5-on-3 power play.
It's funny when when things turn out well, everything's great. When Enriquez did score that goal, I talked to Coach Pat McCadden, and McCadden was yelling from the bench, "No!" At that point, don't even try for it. So, when it turns out good, everybody's happy. If that would have been picked off and in the back of your own net, I think Coach McCadden would not have been happy. So really happy for that young man to get a goal in the USHL.
Yeah, here's Martin with a shot. It comes back. But back to the point, Slavic was very deliberate with that feed off the boards as he tried to clear it, and he had to really scramble to get back in. Prudhomme strong on the puck. Can't pull the trigger on the shot, and then looked like he got a stick up in the face of Kulchin. Shot save, rebound, Gertis.
There's going to be a
Got
penalty,
coming up. I think it's going to go against Prudhomme.
It is.
And then he
An
has
elbow
a little
too.
extra elbow on Gully. One of the Gambler defenders in front of the net, I think it was Kulchin, had his stick grabbed and thrown away. And Prudhomme is to the box for an interference at 4 minutes and 41 seconds. So the Gamblers get their first power play since the first period.
And Prudhomme, we talked about it just minutes ago, how he's trying to inject some life into this Madison team. There's 15 minutes left in this game. He's trying to do it with a big hit, with an elbow. Here you can see he throws the defenseman into the goalie. Not a play that you need to make when you're down 4-2, but he's just trying to inject some kind of energy into Madison's charge here as we end the game.
Wooten. O'Sullivan. Carcone, Katz, and Gully are also on the power play for Green Bay. That's Gully. Back to O'Sullivan. Across for Carcone. Boy, tipped out, but O'Sullivan kept the zone. Carcone circling. Good work by Pitsley, who has a shorthanded goal, and now Katz. Backhand shot by Carcone. It was blocked, and it's cleared by Madison. 40 seconds into the power play for Green Bay. They will change up personnel here. Samuelson is on. Trying to get away from Snee. Will drop it back to Wooten. Wooten off for Conboy. Conboy skates in. Looking. Wooten. Wooten sees it and puts it home!
Wow. There are good power plays, and there are good setups, and there are times when you get a puck at the top of the circles. You can see Conboy gives it to Wooten. Wooten walks into the top of the circles and absolutely blasts one. Upper mesh, as Coach Chippy would say, bar down, and toe drag release. Right here you can see the 3 steps, load, and rip it into the back of the net with an absolute bomb to make it 5-2.
28th goal of the season for Zach Wooten, and he had all the time in the world to just pick his spot and find the target.
You can't place or shoot a puck much harder than that right there. That was a beautiful shot by Wooten.
Wooten! Assisted by number 17, Gunnar Conboy. The power play goal was scored at 5:44.
Gamblers making another bid as Gully behind the net. Oh, Halfley! Just about. That puck just popped right to Halfley's stick, but Pruitt was there to make the stop.
Going back to that goal, the director of scouting, Kirk Lutke, speaks so highly of Wooten. Right from the start of the season, he has told me, watch him. Watch some of the things that he does away from the puck. Watch when he shoots it. And Kirk, right from the start of this, that's a kid that they've really loved. And you can see that they're getting some results.
Yeah, 28 goals, could be another 30-goal season.
That's great.
For a Gambler. It's 5-2 with 13:41 to play. And the Gamblers with a 3-goal lead on Madison, and the first goal of this period was so important. If the Gamblers get it, they're up 3. Madison somehow scores in in this period. It's a 1-goal game heading into the final, maybe 10 minutes of this game.
Without a doubt. And you look at the shots, 24 shots for Madison. They've been in this game. They've put the puck on the net. Slavic's made the saves when he's had to, and Green Bay's had timely scoring. And when you have a chance on a power play, he buried that puck. So Prudhomme, 2 shifts, get a penalty, you get scored on. When I say you're trying to inject life into your team, you made it a lot harder for them to come back now. But very good player that just is trying a little too hard.
Gamblers 2 for 3 on the power play this afternoon. And against Madison this season, they are now 6 for 23. And when the Gamblers power play unit is clicking the way it has the last, I would say, month or so,
I agree. It's a dangerous, powerful tool to have on your hockey team when your special teams are playing like the Green Bay Gamblers are.
Icing waved off. Fedotov. Conboy. Boy, a little miscommunication between Conboy and Wooten, but it works out all right for the Gamblers. Wooten will backhand it in, and the bouncing puck is gloved by Pruitt.
I could add too, and the look that Green Bay is giving, it's not a look that I've watched a lot of hockey, but to see a player in the neutral zone on a power play, it's such a foreign thing because you're trying to create 2-on-1s all over the ice. And Green Bay setting a guy up into the neutral zone and running into the O zone. So it's working, and a lot of teams have probably never seen it before. So it's a great job by Pat McCadden and his group getting the power play ready to go.
Stout for Madison. Long feet ahead, offside. Pitsley just in a little bit early. They tried to hit the home run pass.
Yeah, and then we're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see Madison fly in the zone, trying to create some offense, down by 3. You know, you never know. When you're Madison, you never know. You got to get the next one, make it 5-3, and just constantly try to get the next one. Instead of trying to score 3, you're trying to score 1, and you're trying to do it fast.
Cedar Rapids has added a late goal in the third period. They're now up 4-0 on Team USA. Muskegon's game in Omaha is just underway. Again, Muskegon entered play today 4th in the USHL's Eastern Conference, 4 points behind Dubuque. Madison. Gatos with a shot that was knocked down. And Green Bay just taking their time. Kulchin for Knutson, with Kulchin going to the net on the given goal, but Knutson couldn't control. Drabicki now in to help out. Gatos is in there. Griva. Doing the hard work in there is Dexter Brooks.
Look at how low Madison players are. All 5 of them are almost on the goal line or below.
Yeah, Dexter Brooks, remember, he took a penalty early in this game. And now almost like he's trying to bait Knutson into doing something undisciplined.
I think you nailed it. I think that there's a lot of the game within the game going on right now where Madison wants power plays, make it a little easier to score. But a good discipline. There's another one right there that the refs, they got to call that, I would think. Maybe not. They got him.
Was knocked to the ice there by their Guido.
Just an undisciplined play there where the emotions are high and you're trying to create it. I know I mentioned with Prudhomme, this was another example. You're trying to draw a penalty. You're trying to, just do anything to get back in this game, but you can't do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a roughing call at 7:36 of the third period. It's unusual because Madison is one of the least penalized teams in the USHL. They're 11th. They're averaging less than 14 penalty minutes per game. The Gamblers are actually second, just under 19 minutes per game.
Normally, yes, Green Bay has a, they're a strong, hard team to play against. Madison, with Coach Andy Brandt, usually plays with, a little bit more structure there, a little less penalties to kill. But tonight, they're taking quite a few here in the third period.
So Green Bay gets another power play here. With about 12 and a half minutes to play. Conboy, Rosivo, Conboy. Sent across for Halfley. Samuelson's one-timer, Rosivo's one-timer.
Turned into a pass.
Samuelson again, over for Halfley. Halfley with a shot and a save. And there was a Gambler that was having trouble getting up, and then Fry came in and knocked down McKinney, and here comes some Frontier justice on Fry. McKinney was down, and then as he was struggling to get back up, Fry knocked him down, and here, take us through it here, Scott.
Yeah, so the shot comes on net, and you can see that McKinney's down, and Fry takes a liberty and takes a little shot there. Again, you're in a position when you're Green Bay. It's 5-2. Everything is going well. I mean, there's times you want to fight. You want to protect your teammates, but at the same time, you're up 5-2 and you want to get out of this game. So it's a delicate line that you walk, trying to protect your team. At the same time, you want to be disciplined enough to get through this with a 5-2 win and get that 2 points.
Yeah, you don't want to lose anybody through a suspension or through an injury.
But at the same time, I took a lot of penalties because doing stupid things when you're trying to protect your teammates. So I understand that part of the game as well. It's hard. It's really hard when your teammate goes down.
Even with a 3-goal lead and less than 12 minutes to play, hockey can be even more emotional at times like this.
For sure.
And Madison will clear it down the length. Coming up on 1 minute to go on the power play. Gamblers have the Cats, Wooten, Carcone, O'Sullivan, and Gully power play unit out there now. Here comes O'Sullivan. Carcone will drop it back for Wooten. Off on the left side, Carcone. Wooten, Carcone. Stout will take it away and play it up the boards and out. Elliot Gully with 2 goals and an assist today. Does he get a hat trick here? Gamblers are 2 for 3 on the power play. This is their 4th of the afternoon. Wooten got Gully going to the net, banks it for him behind the net. And now it's going to be cleared down the length by Gerdes. Gerdes got a little extra shot on Katz and then came back with a slash on Gully.
There's a lot behind the play right now that the referees are trying to just keep control of this game, but there's a lot behind the play going on right now.
15 seconds to go on the power play for Green Bay. Rosival on the ice and coming up across the blue line. Halfley. Power play is over for Green Bay. Capel gloved it and dropped it. Could have been a hand pass, I thought, and there's a good hit.
One of the players just
play in the third.
Saved Tony Kujava from a couple stitches there. One of the players had a nice catch to keep that puck from hitting Tony on the bench. You know, this Madison team, I mentioned earlier the Bay Area Ice Bears. They go back on Saturday for state. They're the defending state champions for high school hockey locally. They go back next weekend to try to repeat. A big welcome to the Bay Area Ice Bears that are over in Section 325 tonight. A great group of girls, and good luck at state.
Yeah, tournament time, all sorts of winter sports. It's March now, so
it
March
is.
Madness.
So much fun. I work with those girls quite a bit, and just an amazing group. Such a great team. Great group of girls.
Beanstalk for Green Bay. Plays it up the near wall. Gamblers can't clear. Stout doing the job keeping it in. And Green Bay able to squeak it out. Butella leaves it back for Kaweja. Now Stout. Halfway through the third. 5-2 Green Bay. Madison pressuring, and there's a shot, and Slavic with a save. Rebound 2-on-2. Martin is out with Knutson. Knutson tried to get it back to Martin going to the net. The puck comes to Drabicki. Madison intercepts. Capel out to center ice. Green Bay from the red line. Martin will fire it right back in. Short shifts for the Gamblers. With a 3-goal lead, keep the legs fresh. Tied up in the corner by Wooten. Squirts free to Capel. Capel out to center ice, and now O'Malley for Green Bay back in the Gamblers' defensive zone. Brady. Rosival. Little feather touch there. Conboy shot right on. Pruitt gloves it and holds on with exactly 9 minutes to play in regulation. 5-2 is your score. Cedar Rapids got 3 goals in the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and they finish off a 6-0 win at Team USA today. Cedar Rapids went over to Plymouth and got a 3-game weekend sweep from the national team.
That's another team that's starting to find its way. It's starting to figure out some things that maybe they hadn't figured out earlier in the season, but becoming a dangerous team as they get down the stretch for their push at the end of the season.
Halfway through the third in Omaha, Muskegon is scoreless with the Lancers. Again, Muskegon looking for some wins. We talked about it. They entered play today just 5 points clear of Cedar Rapids. That is now down to 3 points. Muskegon needs a win to kind of maintain that 4th spot and maybe put a little pressure on Dubuque. The Fighting Saints are off today, so they will actually have a game in hand on Green Bay and Muskegon going into play tonight. the Gamblers will still have one game in hand on Youngstown until Youngstown plays that game on Thursday, and then they'll have 2 games in hand on the Phantoms.
Well, you remember when Green Bay went on the streak that they had in Dubuque, they had some big wins throughout that, I can't remember, 13-game streak or whatever it ended up being. Just some huge games to get points during that time that have really, really benefited them down the stretch.
Well, the Gamblers entered play today on a 7-game point streak with 7 wins and a shootout loss. So a win today, they would have 15 points out of a possible 16 in their last 8 games, but they need to finish off the final 8 minutes and 44 seconds here against a very tough Madison Capitals team. Again, these 2 teams will wrap up the regular season against each other. One in Madison on Friday the 3rd, and here on the 4th. And that game on the 4th of April, that is the final broadcast of Gamblers Hockey on the Spot. Puck played up out of play. Pitsley got a stick on that one to try to avoid the icing and wound up deflecting it up out of play.
See, Green Bay's content right now. You get the puck up ice. If you can get to the center line, you get it deep, and you just tick, tick, tick. Those seconds really count down. Madison, on the other hand, has to take chances. They have to have their defense start to engage and jump into the play. So Green Bay's content to just get it deep, don't take any penalties, and try to kill the clock.
Curtis ahead for Snee. Fedotov rubbed out that, but Snee now back in the corner with Carcone. O'Sullivan. Carcone. Katz now. Along the blue line for McKinney. Nothing doing. Under 8 minutes to play. Rihan Griva. Ahead to Gustav Griva, and Gustav Griva taken down, and Madison's going to get a power play out of this. Got a high sticking call.
I shouldn't have said anything. That was the,
yeah.
You know, you want to stay out of the penalty box, especially third period, under 10 minutes to go. I know it's a 3-goal cushion, but hockey's such a great game. You know, they say the worst lead in hockey is 3 goals, and then it's 2 goals, and then it's 1. It's just it can happen.
Carcone to the box here at 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Gamblers looking for their 33rd win of the season.
Outstanding.
Would give them 71 points on the year. I was looking back, the last time the Gamblers missed the playoffs, they had just 51 points for the entire season. And here today, a win for Green Bay would give them 71 points with a month left in the season. And, you know, they are in. They're going to need a little help, but they are right there with Youngstown and Sioux Falls battling for the Anderson Cup, which is the best record in the USHL for a season. Madison with the power play. They are 0 for 3 today. Down low.
They're really trying to
puck.
Feed Capel. You can see in the bumper spot in the middle. Work
Curtis.
the puck on the outside.
Kaweja. Boy, Gully played some good defense. Got 2 goals and an assist and some good D on that power play. And now Brady lost the handle. Was able to play it to the far wing. Samuelson staying out of the scrum. He wants to make sure that it doesn't pop out and be a 2-on-0. And there's the Gamblers knocked off a Gertis's glove and out of play. That's some good work.
That was
Gamblers killed off 63 seconds of that power play.
And Brady's the architect again. There must have been about 15 cross-check to the back of Sam Capel, and it's hard. When that consistency is there, when you go into a corner, you're getting hit every time you get the puck. It wears on you throughout a game, especially when you've played 3 games in as many nights.
Gamblers are home this weekend, Friday and Saturday against the Team USA. Friday night, 7:05, and Saturday night is Harry Potter night, 6:05 here at the Resch Center. Thanks for watching us on the spot today. Gamblers with a 3-goal lead, 6:20 to play, and 45 seconds remaining on the Carcone penalty. Stout Gustav Gariba. Over it goes on the right wing. Tang. Now Varela with a shot and a save again by Joey Slavic. Well, Slavic having himself a game this afternoon. Whacked out to center ice there by Hafley. 16 seconds left in the Carcone penalty. Stout looking to split the D, lost the puck. O'Malley plays in the boards. Hafley digging in there. Stout digging in there. 3 seconds left in the Carcone penalty. Carcone is out. Gamblers with the puck. From the red line will be fired in by Wooten. Both teams changing up personnel here. Prudhomme plays it in deep. O'Sullivan, Drabicki. Just a little behind Recevo with 5:15 to play in the game. Gamblers with a 3-goal lead. O'Sullivan plays it forward.
Here's Prudhomme again.
Oh, they had Recevo going to the net. Recevo puts it into the corner. Gamblers just cycling the puck. Knutson and Recevo. Trying to get around from Baird Gatos. And Gatos going to chase after it with Knutson, and the Gamblers, Nick Knutson gets there first. Knutson circles all the way out to the blue line, looking for some space. Had the puck chopped off his stick by Prudhomme. McKinney finesses a pass out to Fedotov, who then puts it back in deep. But Madison is there. Oh, dangerous pass and kept in. O'Sullivan, to the slot. No shot by Martin. There's a shot there by Katz that misses wide. O'Sullivan slips, maintains possession, and able to get it in. Crowd reacting. Prudhomme with a hit on McKinney. Down low, big stop on the Martin tip. Pruitt makes the stop. Martin back out top, under 4 minutes to play. Green Bay. Oh, centering pass from McKinney. Boy, for as much abuse as McKinney has taken, you can almost tell that his teammates are trying to set him up for a goal here late in the game.
Well, and it'd be interesting to see if Andy Brandt, down 3 in today's game, like, do you get your goaltender out as fast as you can now, or do you just play this out? The message that's sent to your team is, we're going to lose 6-2, or we're going to come back and win this thing. So it'll be interesting to see if Madison does get possession through the neutral zone, what Coach Brandt will decide to do here for Madison.
4,377 here on this Sunday afternoon. That's a really healthy Sunday afternoon crowd here today. And they've seen a good game as the Gamblers trying to take 5 out of 6 possible points on the weekend against 2 teams that are definitely potential playoff opponents for them. And we had a penalty on the face-off, and it's going to be Capel to the box here. He's going to get a penalty. I think the referees have had enough, and they're just saying, hey, let's just.
On that face-off, it looked like there might have been a cross-check, or there might have been some words said as well from Capel. Again, local Appleton, Wisconsin product, going to Minnesota State next year to be with Luke Strand. He's done such a good job with that program. Congratulations, by the way, for winning the cup there yesterday. Another good program that Luke's really done a good job with. So Capel will really help him.
Gamblers had 3 power plays in the first period. This is their 3rd power play of the 3rd. Delay a game penalty on Capel. And the Gamblers, Beanstalk, Martin, Drabicki, Knutson.
Why I love Pat McCadden, right? Like, just giving some guys a chance at a 5-2 game on a power play that normally might not see it.
Harris with a one-timer goes wide. Martin, Beanstalk, Harris again, Martin. 3 minutes to play. Martin shot deflected by Gertis. Up out of play. Face-off stays in the Madison zone. Shots are 27-27, and when you go back, remember Madison had a 21-16 edge after 2 periods. So the Gamblers have outshot a Madison team that was desperate to get back into this game. So it's not just settling down defensively for the Gamblers. They are seeing some chances and keeping the offensive pressure on.
Yeah, when Madison was up 1-0 to 1-1, 2-1 to 2-2, and Green Bay's taken control since that point of the game and really had the better, if you want to say better looks, throughout the game since then.
Kulchin. McKinney. Playing around to Katz. Fedotov getting some power play time. Banks it in. McKinney. 52 seconds remaining on the power play. Katz over for Kulchin. Kulchin tried to feed it to Gully in the slot, but that hit a skate and it's cleared by the Capitals. 38 seconds to go. Clock rolling on the power play. Down to 2:18 to go in regulation. Gamblers lead it by 3. Katz is in. Katz with a shot and Pruitt the save. Pruitt has kept his team in, but Kulchin now over for Katz. Bouncing puck. Side of the net. Katz or Gully kind of popped it in there for Pruitt. The crowd was rising. They thought that there was another chance there on that pass into the slot, but you know, Katz just kind of very unselfish there. Didn't really look to take a shot to bury it.
Well, it's funny. Kulchin had that puck, and he was loaded and ready to shoot, and Katz was screaming for it. If he would have taken that shot, it was a pretty good opportunity to put one in the back of the net. But like you say, a very unselfish play, getting it across the zone for a shot.
Yeah. Kulchin's got his goal tonight. He doesn't need a second one, right? 8 seconds left in the Gambler power play. Carcone in deep. His shot that trickled in behind the goaltender, but it missed wide left. Both teams full strength as Capel is out of the box. And now Hafley in deep with. Oh, there's a shot in the goal for Gino Carcone. Over 150 games played for the Green Bay Gamblers, and Gino Carcone puts this one on ice for the Green Bay Gamblers.
Some good work by Hafley in the corner, and you can see him shoot it out right here. A nice quick release by Carcone. Just made no mistake into the back of the net, but the play happens from the corner. Give a look over your shoulder, and that was not on his stick very long. Very nice release point, upper mesh, 6-2 game for Green Bay.
That's the 11th goal of the season for Gino Carcone. He has been mainly an assist guy in his 3 seasons with Green Bay, but that was the scoring touch right there.
Well, and Coach McCadden, again, the secondary scoring and depth that we keep talking about, he's going to be loving that a lot of different players are scoring goals.
Ryder with a shot, blocker to side by Slavic. Capel against Fedotov.
1 minute remaining in the period.
All Riders in deep, and Slavic with a big pad save. Tell you, we got the 3 stars of the game coming up in a little bit, and Joey Slavic is definitely going to be one of them, the way he has played tonight. Pruitt plays it aside. Receival, he's got Samuelson, couldn't keep his skates. Or it would have been 7 for the Gamblers.
He's worked hard tonight, too. It would have been nice to see a reward for Samuelson there.
Tang sends it across. Bouncing puck with 26 seconds to play. Out to the right point. Shot Trubicki. It was off of his skate, and the puck comes all the way down into the Madison zone. We're going to take a timeout right after the final horn. Back with the 3 stars. Ooh, Madison brings it up ice, but that is enough. 6-2 Green Bay with the win. Win number 33 on the season, 71 points for the Gamblers. Back with the post game and the 3 stars after this on the spot.
Cameras, no cameras.
You want cameras on this or no cameras? Why don't you just keep it down on the ice because we'll have the... Okay, they're going to send it up to us to start and then they'll cut to it. So we got about a minute. Thirty seconds. All right.
Your number 2 star who scored his first USHL goal, number 13, Jack Kuchin.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And your number 1 star from Green Bay, number 12, Elliot Cooley.
Let's go!
And tonight's brawny, hardest working man of the game, from Green Bay, number 14, Zach Wooten.
Three stars and hardest worker of the game, all Green Bay Gamblers, and it was all Green Bay after they had tied the game at 2. It was 4 straight goals for the Gamblers, including 2 for Elliot Gully tonight, and Joyce Slavic with a big night in net, 27 saves, as the Gamblers take 5 out of a possible 6 points this weekend. They have 15 out of a possible 16 points in their last 8 games. The Gamblers heading into a weekend series with Team USA next week. They're just flying right now.
Yeah, it's when things are going right, they're going right, and that comes from hard work. It comes from the discipline and practice. But what you're seeing in the execution for Green Bay, secondary scoring, getting up and down the ice with purpose, and a very, very commanding 6-2 win after a rough start.
Gambler goal scorers McKinney, and then it was Gully with 2, Kulchin with his first USHL goal, and then Wooten and Carcone to put it away today for the Gamblers, who wound up out shooting Madison 30-29. What a game for the Gamblers, and what a run they are on, and fans today going home happy, and so are the Gamblers.
Yeah, great weekend against some good teams. Madison is fighting for their playoff life, and Green Bay just took a big chunk of that. Tough team to play against when you've had such a strong weekend, and Green Bay did what they needed to do.
Gamblers with 71 points now. They are 5 points behind Youngstown with a game in hand on the Phantoms, and now after the Gamblers beat Madison here today, they need a little help from the Capitals because Madison goes to Youngstown for a 3-game series starting on
Green
Thursday.
Bay is now hoping they fill the nets for the next 3 or 4 games and really make use of their scoring opportunities. But Green Bay really did shut them down after that about halfway through the first period. you know, they really started to close and shut them down, and good defensive effort from Green Bay.
All right, Scott Jewett, thank you for your effort here this afternoon on the spot. Gamblers with a 6-2 win over the Madison Capitals here. Next Gambler game on the spot is the final home game of the regular season. It's against these Madison Capitals on Saturday, the 4th of April. That's going to do it for us today. So for the entire crew, thanks for watching. Green Bay 6, Madison 2 is your final. And this has been Hockey Day in Green Bay on the spot. Thank you.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Good job. Good job. Dialed in.